Hello, everyone. I'm your weekend warrior, and yes, yet another broadcast about Simps. Just fun broadcasts to do, and I wouldn't ever do these kinds of broadcasts repetitiously if there wasn't some inspiration behind it. So let's not let's not let's just think that this is not about a particular excuse me a particular YouTuber or let's just think about more in the concept of simping. Just starting to call them steel chested cockroaches. You know why I call them steel chested cockroaches? It's because they stick their chest out like it's all good with the worst of women. But your mode of travel is you still got to crawl on your belly. You get stepped on, it won't matter how still your chest is. Squish. And every time one of you go down, more and more you pop up. Like you got a house in the swamp and it started raining. It's ridiculous. Shout out to Ken Seeing Red. What's going on? Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate being back. I really did miss doing this. Um, but I had life. I'll just say that. But a lot of it, and a lot of that has to do with black man survivor's guilt. And I explained this in another video. These are black men who feel so guilty that things are the way they are because supposedly a lot of us view the state of the community as our failure. We fail the community because we didn't look out for the women or we didn't take care of the children or we made all these babies and ran shit like that. So in essence, we as black men are directly responsible for whatever disrespect black women are showing us because we were too weak to do anything about what happened to us or just we're too cowardly. And might I say, a lot of this shit ain't really our fault for real. It's not our fault. It's just men. It's our ill that we have to take as a people, and it's much more complex than any black man with black man survivor's guilt is making it out to be. There were plenty of things that happened that most, I would say, millennials, most Generation X, most Zillennials, whoever the fuck, whatever the fuck generation it is right now, most of it ain't our fault. But if we want better lives altogether, the onus is on us to fix things. Some of us saying that we don't fucking care. That's where the whole preaching hope thing comes from. It comes from guys who are very apathetic. But the conversation is not about so much about the apathetic ones tonight. I'll get to you guys. I don't know, maybe tomorrow night. Shout out Deshaun, just being jazzy. Josh Johnson, welcome. And as everyone walks in, please hit that like button. The algorithm likes. Have to get back friendly with the algorithm. Been gone for a while. Algorithm likes people who are here constantly. And speaking of algorithm friendly, shout out to Hammer, young guy within this Black Manosphere doing his thing. Really appreciate what that brother's doing on his channel, and he's on fire over there. So the young brother deserves props, for what he's doing over there. Trying to get the message out for his age group, because those guys is like they, there's already apathy among Generation X. Really, I would say that the apathy of Generation X, the millennials see it, and the millennials don't give a fuck about Generation X guys. They call us old niggas. They say that we're responsible for this. But again, that's tomorrow night's conversation. So let me not stray off far. You see the title. We're talking about Simps, and let me Philip D. Redden Jr. What's going on? Go ahead, flash something on the screen real quick, because somebody's been coming by. I'm basically doing the mess with this guy. So gonna put that little acronym up there. Simp, suckers, idolizing, mediocre pussy. Yeah. You got it from me, man. You got it from me. Yeah, I got it from you. I just want to see if he say that shit. But yeah. This guy this morning, he was speaking in reference to a black female YouTuber, and she seemingly speaks from a hurt place. It's not CG. It's not her. Okay, because I know every time that we start bringing up black female YouTubers that speak from a hurt place, CG is the first name that comes up. It's not her. There's another one. And his excuse, well, his thing was, he's not mad at her. He's not mad at her at all for what what her views are. And pretty much her views are very treasonous, according to the standards I was brought up with, as far as black unity and forward motion. That is pretty treasonous to spread a narrative that when young black women are pregnant, when they find out the gender is a boy, to go ahead and get it aborted. Yes, of course, people like that are hurt, and hurt people. But imagine, and tit for tat, it gets old, and if you want to fight a narrative, don't use tit for tat. But you got to say the what if. What if there was a black man that was telling, okay, young black men, when you find out she's pregnant, punch her in the stomach so she'll lose the baby. What if I was going around saying that? It'll be very malicious and odd and weird, and I should and basically the kind of person I am in reality, I shouldn't be ostracized for saying something like that. Period. There's no question. I would I would think that would be the most reasonable solution that you could use for a person that says something like that. So why should this person get away with saying anything? If we want to believe that we are such stellar and top tier content creators, you gotta treat things fairly across the board. If somebody on some bullshit, they on some bullshit. Okay, many things when I was growing up hurt my feelings. Very well might have impacted the adult that I've become today. Believe me, you are a culmination. Each one of you out there watching, you are a culmination of your experiences. Period. There's no way around that. Every interaction you've ever had with anyone made you the person you are today. Whether they're good, whether they're bad, whether you feel like they're unimportant. Like, you know what? I took a nap this afternoon. That nap felt great. It's contributing to the kind of person I am right now. But when this guy, this simp, was speaking of this black female YouTuber. And this is one thing that I hate that guys do. They always have to try to prove that they're fair and they're balanced by going to the dumbest fucking extremes. Oh, okay, I ain't mad at her for saying this, blah blah blah. Like, damn, just say she on some bullshit and keep moving. You only have to tell the truth one or two times. You got to keep up bullshit. He ain't mad at her. He want to talk to her. I was talking about these game players that get mad when they find out they ain't got a control of a female. Start calling her a pick me and all that shit. I don't think I said the words pick me, but yeah, let's just reference like pick me does relate to the conversation of sense because pick me is actually used as a female equivalent. That was a forced definition. Because the original definition of pick me is motherfuckers wondering why they're not being picked for shit. But I don't care. I don't care how bad it gets. I don't care if I was a kid and shoplifted a pack of gum out of a store, like when I was 7 years old, because I did get caught and I did get a spanking. So just for the record, just for speak, yeah. I don't I don't care if I was running with a set of friends at 18 and I walked out on a check on a female waitress. You know, I don't feel like I ever hurt women enough in my life for anything I have done for me to feel guilty with a whether they're male or female, just to spread genocidal, xenophobic bullshit because some dude somewhere said something on social media that you don't like. And that's all we got to do. All we got to do as black men is say something that a large number of black people don't necessarily agree with. And it could very well be the truth. And it just sounds fucked up because that's what a lot of brutally honest black men have to go through. It sounds fucked up what they say, but it's the absolute truth. What we say, but it's the absolute truth. And I also give people the credit for intelligence. You can tell difference between the weirdos and men that are being sincere. Shout out to Rogish the Buildmonger, D. Scott. Yes, this is this is not a this is not a drill. This is not a test. Yes, I'm back to broadcasting on weekends. I'll take a shot of this little liquor over here in just a moment. So we just got on the air, and we gonna have some fun tonight. We gonna have some fun with this simp thing, this simp uh, ideology, because I'm not gonna help anyone with a toxic narrative just because they're a female. I'm sorry. Me being able to put up with bullshit from anyone, male or female, that doesn't make me more of a man. That does not make me more of a it does not make me more of a heterosexual. If we want to start going ahead debunking all the shaming tactics, which we've done over here in the black manosphere over and over again. And if I didn't have that general understanding with the habitual line steppers, we would have never became habitual line steppers. Long live the habitual line steppers. We don't simp, we don't save hoes, but hey, you know what? We face a large amount of reality. And reality is something that most of you, not people watching right now, I don't insult my audience. I mean, unless y'all start to insult me, then we can, we can start playing that game, and that's a rabbit hole that none of us want to start. And I don't make claims to be more than a god or whatever, like a lot of these
content creators try to do to certain people. I try to convey messages to everyone like a normal person. That's why I don't come up in here big boy saying that I'm this and I'm that. I'm the big bad man from Alabama. And I take your woman and his woman too, and all this other shit. I mean, shit. I just believe that we are normal ass fucking people. I don't want control of females. I know that's what a lot of these manosphere messages sound like. But we want control of females. That's what these simps be telling everybody. That we want control. We're entitled. I'm letting you know what everyone says. And I mean, like, you guys aren't stupid. If you're watching me, you're not stupid. I don't know. I mean, we have a couple slide through here and there and again. You're not stupid. Nobody's stupid. It's not that any of us hate women. I mean, maybe a couple of guys. I mean, like, such as like guys who would go on in other chats and complain about content creators um, allowing women to speak on panels, which was just business as usual with us. When we had two and three people watching. Not even that. Sometimes we had females on panels, and we what we did though was we didn't let anybody, male or female, get away with saying any kind of bullshit. If you go back and watch old broadcasts of you ain't shit for watching shit, you would see that. You would see that we were able to make females a part of the broadcast without it being a complete gender skirmish. Or, what a lot of these simps do, they try to use females as a way to attack guys. Because a lot of these females get on these panels with a lot of these content creators, which I'm not going to name. They'll shit on black men constantly, constantly. And the dudes on the panels, these little simps that, try to christen themselves with all of these labels, they will sit up there and say, "Ah, oh, no, man, I don't let this get to me, dog." And really, honestly, with the stupidity level of what the female is spitting out, you shouldn't, as a man, let it get to you. But at the end of the day, it brings down the quality of your broadcast. It makes you the kind of man that looks like you accept bullshit. Whether you feel guilty about how you used to date women or not. This is what this content creator was big up in, this black female content creator that was spreading this toxic bullshit. That spreads toxic bullshit on a regular basis. Sit up there because I know I don't get mad because I used to date women, and all my decisions affect the kind of person that that she is today and all this other stuff. Niggas be acting like they have powerful fucking dicks. I swear to God. Then they come on these platforms, and in some broadcasters, oh shit, I said broadcasters. Oh my God. Shit, that was an old people slip. Oh shit, sorry guys. In some of these broadcasts, they speak like these females have such insane control with their libido that they'll have you thinking this, and they're doing all this other stuff, which is true at times. But then again, on other broadcasts and other panels, they try to convince you that they're not somehow in control or responsible for their decisions. It's like we hear this bullshit all the time. But see, one thing that people have to understand is that there is a reality to that as well. Why Skinner Man Cave? Thanks for the super chat. Simps are like pests. You can't get rid of them. Yeah, they are. It's like Derrick Jackson, like he went down and like
about, I don't know, 50 motherfuckers tried to step up and replace him. Some who were already established simps, like, Ace Metaphor. Let me watch saying names because this Black Manosphere thing is getting some attention. You know, somebody in particular. Oh, look at this. I don't care because this is the kind of attention that we're going to draw, to ourselves anyway. As long as we keep talking about the absence of common sense among people like that, that we're always going to have that kind of attention on ourselves. And you know what? It feels good knowing that we are getting an opportunity to finally get our message out there because these simps, um, everybody think that they can do well. All these men, men like Dr. Umar, and then men like DJ Envy that tried to do like the cool swag individual. That I, this man, the ladies and all this other stuff. He went and called Kevin Samuels lame or some shit like. He called him lame for making black women accountable for who they are as people, and just trying to I guess spread hope, as a lot of these young people say. Say it's an old nigga thing or whatever. Yeah, Kevin Samuels is what, 52. But let me stop mentioning him. He gets a lot of mention on YouTube, a lot of mention. He blowing up. So time to work on blowing me up and blowing the habitual line steppers up and blowing our entertainment channel, the Black Dimension, up. If you're not subscribed to that, go check out the Black Dimension. That's Black with two K's. Go check that out. Subscribe to that channel, and we gonna put out some content. Now that I'm back, well, I'm about to open up this panel in a few minutes. Rogish, you still there? Let's talk about some Simps. Simps is always a fun subject. It is a fun subject because the less and less they make sense, the more and more entertaining they are. And believe me, a lot of the guys that rail against simps, um, it's I don't know. I guess it's just kind of a played out thing. It's a played out thing because it's like this. You can't tell what a simp is. You can't tell what a simp is according to some of these guys. The misuse of a term, just saying like, say for instance, they call Russell Wilson a simp. They call Russell Wilson a simp, but they call him a simp for the wrong reason. It's like he's probably kind of simpy from the way that he keeps, like every time he says something outside of football, but marrying and taking care of his, nah. Now, a person like Derek Jackson, or uh, I don't know, a sex tourist, that's probably going to be your. I mean, and not no no no. I'm not saying all sex tourists. I'm not saying that. Just the ones that come on, and pretend like that's not what it is. I mean, do what you want, do you? But it's like I wouldn't say that you were a master of pussy doing that or anything. But definitely, if you are, like I said, if you're acting like that, it's our fault that these women are acting like this, then you by yourself. You by yourself. I will only claim responsibility for the situations that I affected, and that makes things so much easier. I do want to see things get better, but that does not mean that people can get away with shit based upon any one individual factor, especially such as gender. Because as black men and as black women, we have a responsibility
to ourselves and to how we affect our surroundings. And if we don't understand that, things are just going to be fucking chaotic. Like, I like to keep it very civil over here. I don't like to keep it, things in mass chaos. I don't like to use this platform to keep a constant bad mouthing of black men who are critical thinkers. Now, am I going to deny the fact that there are guys out there that talk about women way too much? No, I'm not going to deny that. But I'm also not going to deny the fact that there are people out there that talk about men far more and way, 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 way too much. It's crazy to me how normal it is to talk about dudes basically for telling the truth. No, a lot of those people that come out there and they take subtle shots at black men or regular shots at black men, low key shots, high key shots, go to the radio, take their shots. And it doesn't have to necessarily, like, when you think about it that way, it doesn't necessarily have to be black men, as a group. It could be one black man one day, one black man another day, one black man another day, one black man another day. Like, let me give you an example how Ice Cube got treated just for simply communicating with the Republicans under circumstances that made sense. Destroy, destroy, destroy black men. That's the game. That's the game. And as long as that's the game, there will be tired ass conversations like this about simps. Suckers idolize mediocre pussy. Yeah, Rogish the build monger. Russell is a sucker for love, but he ain't a simp. I agree. How can you possibly simp for your wife? I mean, you simp for a woman that you know you have no hope of ever touching. I've seen that kind of simping, like internet simping, like Facebook. I just given up on Facebook. Well, I tell you the truth, it's like it's like going through a neighborhood with the wrong color on. Well, I tell you, you run into some nasty little bouts with simps. Those niggas a lie in a heartbeat. I mean, accusing you of every egregious thing possible. Like, you can always tell a simp, like, if they use words like misogynoir, sexism, as referring to how black men view this whole black men, black women thing. I think they're counterproductive to progress. That's why I would more so along the lines talk about simps. I think they're very counterproductive to progress. I think what they want these females to stay fucked up so they can continue to play those mind games. Because think about it, if more women wanted to be wives, that would take all of the power out of their hands. It'll take all the power out. Doesn't make sense for you to come in and introduce common sense. Doesn't make sense for you to come in and and tell motherfuckers the truth. Be brutally honest. Doesn't make sense for you to go in and say, "Hey, you know what? This, if you do this, you're gonna get this kind of outcome. Don't let these people fool you." Nick Org is in the building. Russell Wilson would be considered a simp under the cultural norms of extreme patriarchies. And extreme patriarchies, women with children, sleeping with black men, being poorly dressed, or exiled. Hmm. That that is something to think about. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say exiled as so much outcast. I mean, they can still kind of come around, but you kind of look at them with the side eye because you didn't follow the standard. A lot of the argument in this space, and I support it, is that we need to get on some kind of standard because really it is we're kind of going Darwin around here. I mean, I don't think that us having these conversations are an attempt to stop anybody from getting any pussy. You know, I mean, at least over here with the habitual line steppers, hey, we would more so try to tell you shit to get you some pussy. I mean, shit, we ain't hating, we congratulate. But it is what it is. In extreme patriarchal cultures, that kind of behavior is a no go. They in extreme patriarchal cultures, they do not accept single motherhood. They do not accept failure. The reason why a lot of these men aren't patriarchal is because it's not an extreme patriarchy. It was never We were never under patriarchal rule. That does not mean that we can't decide to make things better for ourselves as individuals because uh, we as critical thinking people are identifying the problem. So we should have no problem dealing with it. It should never ever be used as an excuse. We should always be able to arm ourselves mentally. And people try to put the word emotionally in kind of feminine context, but what I'm going to try to start working on is using words correctly around here. And if I use a word incorrectly, correct me. Excuse me. I'm not too proud to take correction if it's factual. Not too proud. We need yeah, Orlando's, yeah, I know. Tommy came last night in the chat. So I mean, he going around telling people he going around like telling folks that people stealing his shit. So let's go ahead and go full tilt with that. Yeah, yeah, that's Tommy's acronym, and I'm using it. I mean, what's he gonna? He gonna sue me? But thanks for coming by, bro. All y'all, thanks for coming by. As you walk in, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Suckers idolizing mediocre pussy. I don't know, mediocre. Shoot. Yeah, like sometimes it's subpar. Sometimes it's some amazing looking stuff. I mean, but simp, really, the only thing is like my thing is with simping is I, I think it's insanity. I don't think that something like simping in its true definition, really does not have a good outcome. I just don't see a good outcome for it. If being, I mean, being identified as a simp, that's subjective, but actually being a simp, I mean, that's got to be some mental torture because you got to keep that shit up. You got to work to keep that shit up. Stuck in minion position. Oh my god, roguish. That's an intelligent brother right there. Stuck in minion position. I don't know, because I thought most men would like to see, like to think of ourselves as, being in the lead position. We're supposed to be the leaders. You always hear that constantly said about us. It's supposed to be the leaders.
Yeah. Like I was saying, any guy that uses like a simp, any guy that uses the word misogyny, misogynoir, uh, intersectionality, those that easily identifies a simp. Easily, easily stuck in mean position, yeah, because you have to bow down to the whims of the sisterhood. Yeah, as a simp, as a true simp, you have to bow down to the whims of the sisterhood. Anytime the sisterhood shows up, you got to follow those bitches' directions. Oh no, Kevin said bitch. Yes, you got to follow those bitches' direction, no matter what they say. I mean, there's some of the shit the sisterhood says is crazy as fuck. Like, as in speaking on the deaths of black men. That's how you know that Black Lives Matter stuff was extreme bullshit. Because a lot of those went like these profiles of these females, and sometimes people like, oh, those are just white supremacists trying to rip the black community apart. No, a lot of those just be females. Nick Org again. That idolizing mediocre pussy point is very interesting. In the super patriarchal societies, the women know the men is the prize and operate from a position of mediocrity and not superiority. Hmm. Wow, saying some very interesting stuff. Let's keep that up there for a second. For the guys stuck in mean position, is are they easy to laugh at or what? I mean, like I don't know. I put up I, I don't know. I put up a screenshot in my community tab and I quickly took it down, and it depicted like I covered up the identity of the person, but this motherfucker was like, "I'll shoot you in your face." I'm like, "Damn, is it that serious? Did I commit a crime?" Like, all I did was come on the internet. Internet gangsters. Okay, all right. I'm finna open this motherfucker up. I'm finna open this motherfucker up. Phew, phew, phew. Oh, all right. So let me check it out. See how many likes I got. Get those likes up, people. If one of those likes on there is not yours, then uh, you can step right up and claim a like. They're for free. They are for free. Yes, I got 22 likes so far. And yes, I have the yellow dollar sign already. So people monetize channel knows that yellow dollar sign. What did I say already to get myself limited ads? I guess I was brutally honest. You know, um, mm, see what's going on here. Mm. Oh, okay. All right, Nick Org said we put women on a pedestal so much that even below average women feel entitled to extremely wealthy men. I love that simp acronym a lot. LOL. We'll be using that. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about roguish? Because I guess you're talking about roguish because the Tommy one has been out for a long time. Stuck in million position. I don't know, but see, the thing is though, what bothers me about simps the most is that they rail against black male unity, just constantly, constant. What they call that term, dirty macking, constantly, uh, constantly got black men on their mind, constantly, constantly, constantly. And you can tell who they are,
Welcome
and
back. Welcome
there's
back.
roguish. What's going on, man?
Peace, peace, brother. Peace. Welcome back.
Uh,
Thanks, man. I just good to be back. Good to be back doing shows and stuff. Good to be back to this weekend shit.
I hear you.
Yeah. So how's it been, brother?
It's just working on production and trying to get something formatted. I got like two formats. I'm trying to think which one I'm gonna shop with, and then I'm gonna make a move. But other than that, just a lot of pre-production. You know.
Oh, okay. Caring about your product. Just doing whatever you can to make sure that you're looking right for these YouTube. Streets.
Definitely, definitely, because
Yeah.
it has to have a certain level of quality to it, and so what I'm saying, it's like, all right, let's do this. But to this subject and the aspect of the symmetry that's going around, it's like so you notice a spike in the symmetry on the web or what?
Yeah. No. It's just it really doesn't go up or down. It's just constantly there because people have a tendency to think that it changes levels just because of the normalcy of being hard on the brothers for absolutely no reason. Like
Right.
I get it. I get that there's a lot of brothers out there that screwed up, and it is something in many aspects that need to be addressed. But the way that it's being addressed by certain folks just ain't cricket. It just isn't. it, it just isn't, man. It's like it's a lot of nonsensical bullshit. It's like okay, it's like the attacks like these guys are basement dwellers. They can't get over a hurt that they experienced from high school. It's like when you got people on the same accord with the same lie. It's just that someone has to say something about it. You know,
Facts.
you don't necessarily have to take the neutral position.
I mean, well, the thing is if you realize if you do take neutral position, then they get to run ram shot over you. You know what I'm talking about? The thing is what is that? The whole to each his own thing. It's like nah, there are certain things that make what I'm saying a representative of a people as a whole. So an aspect of black people, black men wanting to what I'm saying be received in a much more naturally what I'm saying dominant light that we project. It's like all right, nah, these simps is jacking that up because these young brothers need to grow up understanding how to stand on their square and how to what I'm saying force themselves into a situation for their betterment. You know what I mean? The thing is, these simps is still on the '80s rule. They're still on the Neu type of shit. Neu, that shit. You know what I mean? Them niggas are singing them songs. I'll pay your rent. I'll wash your feet as soon as I get home from work. You know what I'm talking about? And it's
Yeah.
fucked up because the thing is, if they do get their voice, then they're going to be able to plant their seeds. Someone said, I think it was Mr. Z. Someone said it that it's actually a fight for the minds of young black men so that you can preserve a more honorable future. You know,
Shout out to Perfect Timing Podcast. What's going on, brother? Yeah, man. But it's
peace, peace,
like,
peace, D.
but I will say this. I will say this about simps. Their ability to bullshit is impeccable.
Shit, they only bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? One sector though. Are they bullshitting or is that sector so what I'm saying receptive to the illusion? You know what I'm saying? It ain't good bullshit that they putting out. It's like pool. You know what I'm saying? If somebody playing pool and they playing pool well, even though they playing against you, you be like, damn, that motherfucker can really play. You know what I'm talking about? These motherfuckers can't play no pool, cuz. It's like, wait a minute, I see the shot you're doing. This shit is weak, and this shit working on these bitches. What? Is this your Mac? Weak machinations? What the fuck is this?
Hey, for what I've been hearing as of late, is dirty macking.
Cuz. Oh, beautiful word with that. Yes. Dirty Mac. And that's exactly what the fuck it is. massaging the bitch's ego 24/7, even when she in the wrong.
Mm.
That's some hoe ass shit. You know, look, that shit deserves drop squads. Come back to us, brother. Nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Eliminate some of these motherfuckers for real.
Yeah, yeah, man. But it's I don't know. It's like the I keep trying to come up with reasons why they would keep up the divide, and what I keep coming back to is, they want to keep the bitches fucked up so they can keep playing with their heads. Like I said,
Well,
if
yeah, yeah.
if more women wanted to be wives, if more women wanted to be, girlfriends, wanted to be homemaker types, then that leaves less women for them. That takes much of their control out of their hands.
Yeah, so they
And
want to keep them single and stupid.
I don't give. I personally don't give a fuck about their feelings. I mean, shit. Do what you said that all these other guys should do. Do some fucking push-ups. Get you get you some game about yourself. I mean, brother.
Shit, effort. Get you a little something. You know what I'm saying? Hit the gym, nigga. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Get a protein shaker too. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself a 4 month journey, and you'll be there. Shit, you good.
Yeah, man. You ain't got a fake break on social media. You ain't got to try to make brothers that actually make sense look bad, or granted, they're not making themselves look bad.
But that's the same thing as, to me, that's the same thing as like somebody black doing something for like major network that make black people look real bad and shit. It's like you can do that shit, you don't feel ashamed with none of that shit. And it's like, yo, man, you can actually let these chicks, sit be in front of you with no accountability, and you don't feel no type of shame as a man. You don't feel no shame as a man letting these bitch be in front of you with no accountability, and you just feed. I mean, that's why I say stuck in minion position. Them motherfuckers is minions, man, servants. But what the thing is, due to their defaulted, what I'm saying, image and part of the sector that that they're part of, it's like, what I'm saying, they poison the efforts that we're trying to do, and so they should be attacked. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be an attack. It's not just, not the physical and everything, but yeah, what I'm saying, we're playing for the war of the mind. So yeah, they're supposed to be attacked.
Yeah, I just feel like if you rail against black men unity, you need to be made conscious of that anyway.
Yeah.
Right? It's just how it is. It's just there should be rules, and it's unwritten rules that we as men need to go by. And I'm not just talking about shit like bro code. I mean,
Right.
it's like anything that is counterproductive should be punishable by these
Facts.
rules.
Facts.
By
Facts.
these rules. The fact of the matter is, we don't punish dumb motherfuckers enough.
Ooh.
We don't like we don't like and I know punishment is subjective, but
Yeah,
people
before
be
you even
like,
get to the punishment, you got to get to the acknowledgement that there are dumb motherfuckers amidst.
yeah, yeah.
A lot
So
of folks don't like to point out dumb motherfuckers. A lot of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, is for some reason, people think idiots is just a bad word. You know what I'm saying? It was actually a social thing at one time. You know what I'm saying? You could point out you're fucking idiots, and you know what I'm saying, and handle them how they need to be handled. But now
uh,
idiots are sophisticated.
all right, guys, we got 12 watching. Thank you for tuning in, and we got 24 likes, and we got one dislike. I guess that guy's a simp. I mean, that's okay, simp. That's okay.
Come on up, Simp. Come on up. If that's what you is, come on and defend.
Yeah, yeah. I got the link in the chat. People are welcome. People are welcome today. I mean, it's like I want us to be able to get on this platform and have fun conversations. Yeah, and I mean, perfect timing podcast. I don't mind the dislike. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's like I get at least one or two dislikes in each broadcast, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm quite entertained by it. I just wish you could see who disliking your shit. I mean, not that it's important. It's just that damn. It's just like, is it the same person? Is it different people? You know?
I mean, the thing is it's like the with the Facebook thing. It's like why is there not a thumbs down
Mm.
on a lot of these social media things? It's, they do the thumbs up, but they don't do the thumbs down. And it's like all right, they don't want it to affect the algorithm. I'm learning something with these algorithms, dog. You can actually like create your own algorithm word a worm just by putting something out there.
Well, yeah, like they don't do it on Facebook because Facebook is kind of pussyfied. I
Yeah.
mean, every little thing that you say is put under a microscope, and if you say the wrong thing, like "fuck you, bitch" or something like that, then they're gonna hit your account. Oh, uh, your account's been suspended, because of you said something inappropriate, or this goes against our policy on hate speech and all this other shit.
Well, see, that's the dope. That's the dope shit with it, though, right? Because the thing is, now you know it ain't humans that's watching this shit. It's artificial intelligence. So all you have to do is, you know what I'm saying, subvert some things, just change the wording. They don't understand culture. They understand words. Humans understand culture. And they'll be trying to block things. But yeah.
Oh boy, perfect timing. What's going on?
Big D Ranch, what it do, fam?
What's up, y'all? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Shout out to
Yeah.
shout out to the habitual line steppers, man. Thank y'all for having me on the panel, man. It's a beautiful conversation. What we talking about, man? Simps and haters and detractors. Uh,
Yeah, basically, yeah. We're gonna make this broadcast about them.
okay. you know, I've been focusing on the opposite because there's a lot of that in the manosphere, and I decided recently we've been talking about this brotherhood thing. That I think you were just touching on that a second ago, Kev, and I think that's going to be the like whatever version of the manosphere this is right now. Like before, people have been afraid of being doxxed because of the individuals you're talking about. These individuals are not really men; they're virtual men. They're not men offline. So they create these false images online, and then they're afraid of being doxxed. I'm not afraid of being doxxed. You have a new breed of a content creator who are actual men. Like you can dox me all you want. I put my own shit out there, and that's what I teach from. So we building a brotherhood going forward, and I think this new in group and this new brotherhood, this new collective is going to be like the defining a defining moment and defining piece of this version of the manosphere. Because before, you never had this unity before because you had a lot of insecure people on here creating false personalities that didn't have a genuine, love and goal to help black men in the black community. They just wanted like, likes and girls and shit that they never had in real life that they acquired online. So with that being said, when you got genuine brothers out to do genuine work, you have an opportunity to create a brotherhood. So I think that's going to be the defining moment of this right here. So I'm not really. My goal is to hype up this brotherhood, hype up the benefits that I've garnered from the brotherhood, and make these suckers jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because like the goal is to create this super cool in group the out group would defer to. You know what I'm saying? That they will start crip walking even though they ain't never been to California before. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal, is to make this in group and this brotherhood so cool. Like when we say habitual line steppers, and thank y'all for including me, is like make that so exclusive and so cool that everybody wants to be part. And then that culture that we cultivate within that in group, then they have to start acting a certain way. If you're gonna be around us, this man shit is like not negotiable. This sucker shit is like not negotiable. You know what I'm saying? Or else you won't be allowed on panels, or else you won't be allowed in conversations. And we all know what that's like being in high school when you can't be around those certain groups of guys. You know what I'm saying? You honestly, you don't feel like a man unless you get accepted within that group of men. Like you'll try out for the basketball team, you'll try out for the football team. That's how important it is, because you really don't feel like a boy or a man unless you're accepted by and can sit at that table in the cafeteria. That's what I want to focus on. Like these suckers and simps, I want them to be trembling, man. I want them to be scared to come up on the panel. I want them to feel like jealous. I want them to feel envious. I want them to start a YouTube page. I want them to feel conflicted. You know what I'm saying? I want them to feel conflicted about themselves and the way they act.
No, but what the thing is, what is it that they have to feel conflicted about when they getting fed by bitches? Cuz
Now,
what they feel, you know, because to them, they winning whether they're permitting these chicks to poison their mind or not.
see, that's why I use the gang reference, because in the 90s there was a certain gang that was so popular that you had little kids doing the dances and people and fashion houses creating the colors to go along with that, even though that was a gang influence. What will happen is these individuals, because they are weak and easily influenced, will be influenced by the coolness of this in group. They will no longer be affected by the female. They will be compelled to be like this in group. They will be finding themselves wearing bandanas and blue, and you'll be on the block like, man, what you wearing blue for? You, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
All right, okay, but first you got to understand something. It was tribal. It wasn't gang. It was what the gang is what the Pilgrims called it.
right?
It wasn't a gang. It was a tribe. It was a neighborhood protection tribe.
Correct. I'm just using that as an example so someone can grasp onto my eye, because you know I'll be going deep. So I'm using that as an example so you can grasp on to what it is that I'm actually talking about. This tribe was so influential that across the globe you had individuals creating similar tribes. You know what I'm saying? Wearing the garb, talking the language, and that's part of the in group. Having
But you also got to understand that majority of the cats in the black manosphere actually don't want to go that route in an aspect of creating like a tribe or council or nothing like that, a group, nothing like that. I've heard BGS speak against it, you know what I'm saying, several times. So
We're not asking. That's the thing about the masculinity part. We're not asking. It's actually happening via the Roger Report, via the habitual line steppers. It's actually happening. People are like humbly coming on the panel, like, can I speak? Can I be a? It's actually happening now. It's manifesting itself. And as I continue to speak it into existence, it's happening right now. And this is the culmination. This is the defining moment in peace for our version 2.0, 5.0, whatever the hell our version is. This will be our defining moment because we have the ability to do this because we are genuine. They couldn't do it before. They didn't want to do it before because they was the people we talking about. They was the simps and the suckers afraid to be docs. Docs me, my name is Dennis. I'm from the Bay. You can write, I got 9 kids, child support. Docs me, motherfucker. And I'm not that guy, and we need more of this California Bay shit because it's a certain type of brother from the Northern California hemisphere that speak a certain type of way that's not out here on YouTube. So I'm not afraid of being docs. I came to do work, man, and God been blessing me with this voice and this instrument. So we gonna make this cool. It's actually happening now. The habitual line steppers, the Rogers, it's really this cool thing is actually happening, and people want to be a part of it. They want to have that hashtag. They want to be associated. It's happening right now. I'm thankful. I made a video thanking y'all, Kev, Rod, everybody. I'm extremely thankful. When I was depressed last week, this brotherhood helped me, save me from my depression. I want people to, I'm using my own depression, my own emotional bondage, and telling people that I created my podcast out of selfishness, out of arrogance. And inadvertently, I found friendships and a brotherhood. And when I found myself hurt, that shit helped me. And that's not why I created YouTube. I didn't create YouTube to get a brotherhood. I didn't create YouTube to spit this. I created YouTube to be arrogant and talk my shit. And I ended up getting help. And I'm gonna keep saying that story because I'm gonna make people jealous. I want to make people jealous of what I found and what I got.
God damn, what's up? Respect.
All right. Let me just say things. Let me just say some things like this. I do not push. I know what Big D is saying. Big D Rance is saying. but we don't. I don't encourage doxing. I mean, personally, I don't like it. I think it's some punk shit. And like it's a certain danger that comes with putting a person's personal information out there. Um, I mean, I've already been doxxed. I've already been doxxed on Facebook, and it's not something that's very comforting. Although I can put up with it, I understand it that I got people that I care about that, you know, that would have to put up with it as well.
Good point.
So, you know, so you always got to think about certain things that you get up here and do. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like I said, I understand what you're saying. You're speaking facts, bro. You're speaking facts, perfect timing, and I do appreciate it. But I'm humble, you know. I'm humble at the love that the habitual line steppers get, you know. And I mean, it's definitely giving me a positive outlook on the future of this entire thing. You know, to be able to reach out to a large number of people and, you know, make that difference. And I mean, like, if we got you out of a depressing spot, man, shit, then I appreciate having that knowledge. So great, good shit.
You know what? This brings to question, right? The creation of other simps actually through the potency of the black manosphere. So if you think about it, a lot of like you know what I'm saying, cats in the black manosphere is about the principle because they know that's what'll be right and better for us as a whole, right? So, but other cats who weren't part of the manosphere, they're coming here and just like you know what I'm saying, the European going to somebody else's land and seeing that they ain't really doing with the natural resources, you know what I'm saying, it ain't no really a market for it because it's actually principle that, you know what I'm saying, the cats is building with. Um, they're able to come here, mine some things from here, get a couple of the red pills, and then take it right back to their sectors and build with it. So it's like I don't think that the black manosphere is going to grow in an aspect of folks coming here and adding on like that. You know what I'm saying? You get some growth, but a lot of people they just take the light, you know what I'm saying, the cats create in the space and then, you know what I'm saying, try to go do their own thing. That's why, you know what I'm saying, BJS was saying, you know, he'd seen 10 to 12 channels blow up, you know what I'm saying, off of KS and everything. And, you know, just putting using the name, running the algorithm and everything. And it's a lot of cats, and you know, I guess it would be considered disrespectful to, you know what I'm saying, utilize the name to jump in on the algorithm. But it's like, yo, others is actually being able to build probably some BS attached to it simply because they're buying into the traffic flow, right? And it's like,
Dude, let me put it to you like this. Let's talk about the disrespectful part.
right,
There is a couple of YouTubers that have gotten in the algorithm by making like Kevin Samuels diss videos.
Yep. Yep.
Like for real, this motherfucker got got hundreds of motherfuckers watching him right now just off disrespecting Kevin Samuels in the Black Manosphere. That's how you
right.
know that we here at the Black Manosphere are doing some correct things. Because of the fact that we have such a hate train going on right now.
So
And
what I would say to Rokish is what shit. What I would say is it fuck, I lost my train of thought, man. It what it is it's a progression, right? So I agree with what you're saying, but like you told me this, like we put the card ahead. We enlightened, right? We intelligent, right? So we see it, right? So what we gotta see also is the like it's like a child growing, right? And so what you're saying is that and the same thing before, like these things haven't happened because it hasn't been time. It's time for KS because we're coming to a certain point where we're understanding our value. We couldn't do this before because we did not understand our intrinsic value. Now, what KS done, he's actually put an actual. It's the same thing Joe Budden was talking about when he did his thing with Spotify and he was fishing for data. Now he can quantify what his value is. But before that, he really didn't know what a podcast was valued at. He had to do that deal to understand value. What KS has done is he's given us a market value. He's making deals based on what both of you guys have just said. This now is a thing. It wasn't a thing before. It's culminated into a thing that actually is a market with a value. I put $1 dollar sign on it. This is how much this is worth. Now I'm marketing myself based on that. You're absolutely right. And people will continue to do that now that it is something that is valuable, now that it is something that is quantifiable. It wasn't that before. It was piecemeal when you had O'Shea and these other guys trying to bring people together, saying this is a manosphere, saying it can be this if you guys do this. Now it has become that, and you know that it is that. It's like when you have an ailment and you can't diagnose when the first time you become, the doctor will diagnose you the second time you have this ailment. You know what I'm saying? So now KS has actually quantified this space as having real value, and it actually has a number. Now we can actually move forward. Now we don't talk shit and whine about the fact that this has happened. Now we harness that. We recognize that it was a growth thing. When O'Shea was doing it, it was not that. We don't have to be mad at ourselves. We don't have to be mad at other people recognizing and creating value out of this space, because it wasn't that when O'Shea said it, but it is this now. And now that we know this, we have opportunity to do the same thing. I'm not going to point the finger and get upset, but I do understand that it wasn't that a few years ago, and it is this now. Just like I said, this brotherhood wasn't possible then. It wasn't culminated into a solidified space. So you couldn't talk about this brotherhood. All you had was cat fighting. But now we can, because it is this solidified space. We can move in these spaces, in areas that we never could before. And we do have actual monetary value. You see it. You can actually quantify it now. Now we move forward. Now we harness it for ourselves. But you're absolutely right. And he has used it as a springboard. And if he can, then it's a business model now. I'm not pissed. It's a business model now. We follow the business model like every other culture in business.
You know what? That's a trip. That's a trip. My bad. Go ahead, Kay.
Well, he's gonna call out this super
Yes,
chat.
sir.
Hurry
Yes,
up
sir.
and buy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hurry up and buy.
At the bare minimum, the black male media is expanding. KS quiet as kept, got every black man on notice. We got to step our game up. Period. It's overdue for black male media. I agree.
Facts.
I would thank him. I thank him. I'm not upset at him. He's opened the door and created a model for us to. And before that, we had to model Jake Paul. We don't have to model. We have our own model now. I want him to get to multiple millions.
But the thing is, we're speaking on Simps, right? So now the new Simps is motherfucking using black manosphere talking points, cuz that's dangerous. That's dangerous as fuck with that being in the hand. Nigga, that's like a fucking red belt that's chosen to run the dojo. And you got three other layers of black belts, but you just selecting the red belt to do that. That's dangerous, cuz. So the thing is, these motherfuckers do need to be attacked. I know the black manosphere has been wanting to be, you know what I'm saying, reserved on some things, and it's actually quite fitting that we're talking about this shit with the Weekend Warrior, you know what I'm saying, because this motherfucker, he usually is on the attack, you know what I'm saying, at all times. You know, anybody pointing at the sphere, they finna get it from him. So, you know what I mean, it's time for folks to start following suit, because now, you know what I'm saying, this, again, I liken a lot of stuff to martial arts, right? It's like somebody that came into, you know what I'm saying, your ashram, stole your scrolls, and now the motherfuckers running off with trying to make snake oil and shit. You know what I'm talking about? So it's actually a whole lot more dire, I think, you know what I'm saying, than cats believe it to be.
Man, it's gonna be a white man. I always thought it's a white man doing it too. So I'm like, you're right. But it's America, just like it's a Justin Bieber. Come on, man. It ain't gonna stop that. Like, ain't nothing we could do to stop that. It's a Justin Bieber. It's the Eminem. You think it ain't gonna be Eminem?
So that's the thing. It ain't about stopping it no more. It's about actually getting the mindset to where, all right, it's on site. We actually attacking some shit. Not letting no motherfucker just run with the ideology. You can't do that. That's dirty macking, right? Because I used to say, yo, that dirty crippin'.
So I agree. So, but first we got to formulate that group. That way we can exact punishment. So I agree. Y'all was saying that before I came up. We got to be able to exact punishment. So we got to form the group though, so that we can be, so we can divide. Because the punishment is still sharp as steel. It's not punishment. You know you gotta you have to make you have to. My I told a story on my panel on my podcast about a vice president who told me to err on the side of doing, because he gave me an assignment.
Always.
I didn't know how to do
Always.
it, man. So I didn't know how to do it, so I didn't do it. And he came back. He said, Dennis, next time, error on the side of doing. And he kind of hurt my feelings because I took my job seriously. I got promoted. I made good money, but I didn't even know what he meant. I'm in my 20s, so I was really kind of pissed. But what he was saying was, next time, Dennis, if you actually make an attempt to do the task and you fail, and you will learn from that failure, and I could teach you to do it the correct way. Now you have no knowledge. And I was disappointed in myself. So we have to err on the side of doing. Like, all these hurdles are going to be there, but we have a great opportunity. We have to err on the side of doing. And I agree, we have to exact punishment, and we have to form this group so we could do that.
Yeah, well, the habitual line steppers, we're trying to show y'all what a bit of cohesiveness and solidarity looks like. So not saying that we're the best example. I'm just saying that we're trying to set a good example of what brotherhood should look like. And the black manosphere and the way black male media, like Hurry Up and Buy, does very passionately going off about in the chat. Yeah, we do need to step our game up. We do. I mean, you can get by with just having a personality. Actually, not for too long. I would say that the way this channel is going, that and this is what I try to get people to understand, is that these guys that are starting out on StreamYard is a great start for them till they can get to the point of having some kind of production value. That I would say StreamYard is more of like a test run to see if you really want to do this. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, because I mean, a lot of people are getting a lot out of these conversations.
Right.
They are, and I don't knock it at all. Like, a lot of panels be interesting, they be
But see,
funny.
the thing is that what's driving Kevin is that he set a standard. What
Yeah,
it
he
is, it's
a
his
huge
standard.
standard, a
It's
huge
just
standard.
it's that standard. So it's almost like if your channel comes with a mission statement, then you done birthed it into some, you know what I'm saying, enriching stuff, real talk. Cause that's what it is. All them chicks crawl trying to meet the standard and they break themselves against it. Oh God, he's a genius for that one, you
Yeah,
bastard.
and hurry up and buy, and hurry up and buy. I totally agree. Black man media is needed. It
Facts.
is. It is. And there are so many aspects to it. It's just not like people are making it out like it's just a bunch of shit talkers. No, these are men who actually care to want to see things get better. And I mean, you got some people in this space that can actually break down the science of what's going on.
Right? Doctors,
Yeah,
theologists, theologians. Yeah.
See,
yeah,
Historians.
but the word of the black man, deciphering reality has never been valued, and now it's like, oh, okay, it seems like there's a new vibe on that.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
because we are valuing it. And then we create cool, and that's how this shit ripples. Because when we value it, and that's what Roger checking people about, making sure you respect the elders on the panel. When we value it and we think black eldership is cool and black wisdom amongst black men is cool, then because we make
It's
cool.
always been cool. What the fuck?
But
It ain't never stopped being cool. Shit.
what you're saying is that now black men are respecting it in a way that they haven't done done in a long time. That these OGs and elders are getting that respect, and people are listening, and it's becoming cool. And as it becomes cool, then it becomes cool for the greater group. And then that's when people become threatened, and you get the thumbs down, and you get racists coming on panel. Where did that racist come from? How did that racist even know?
Oh,
That,
that's when you know you're doing some good when you get that
come
kind of
on,
hate.
come
When you
on,
get when you get to go back to Africa, oh yeah, you doing it right.
come on.
Real quick. Hey, real quick. Everything's everything. He says, or she says. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but
I get caught up like that too.
he said,
Everything is everything. Go ahead.
this individual says that Kevin has been talking to women long before the manosphere, black manosphere. Um, we
Facts,
know,
facts.
we know, we know.
And, look,
And like I
ain't
said,
nobody shocked. Ain't nobody shocked that he doing what he doing. It's not a
yeah,
shock.
yeah. And like I said, last night broadcast, Kevin Samuels does not owe the black manosphere a bleeding thing.
Come on, we win. Come on, say that. I like that.
He doesn't owe the black manosphere anything. I mean, when he was dwelling around in the black manosphere space, there were dudes hating on him.
Right.
They were calling him effeminate and gave in. So
Come on.
it's like, so what is he gonna do? He's gonna shout out. He's gonna shout out a bunch of
Look,
people that used to hate on him.
that is so fucked up, dude. Because the thing, look, there is nothing about that dude that's gay. There's nothing about him that's gay. The nigga is just
Always watch Kevin.
he's just refined. He just refined to the point
He
to
wears
where
socks. He wears socks, Rogish. How dare you?
Right.
well,
These are men. These are men who don't have fathers. I actually watch Kevin and learn from Kevin. I work in corporate America. I work in healthcare IT. I'm in these corporate rooms and I'm in these board rooms. So when he talked about the molecule, that different colognes and layering colognes, I learned a lot from him because I'm
of
trapped.
course.
Come on,
It's a science to him. He's a fucking nerd. All right.
on,
The
man.
nigga ain't gay. He a motherfucking nerd, and he knows his shit. He just happens to have developed a certain type of fly with his shit.
And a major
That's
thing,
all it is.
and a major thing about us black folks is that our ideal of masculinity, the archetypes we come up with when we think about that. We thinking about the hard and pooky thug that's strapped.
Correct. Come on.
Instead of the suit and tie brother.
If you grew up going to church every Sunday, if you grew up around preachers and bishops who bought suits, at the clothing broker, you know what I'm saying, and had nice, then Kevin was right at home with me, you know what I'm saying. I grew up around brothers who bought suits, and some of them was maybe part-time pimps and part-time pastors, you know what I'm saying. So they was all into that type of
Same thing.
Taking care, men, same thing. I grew up around men who took care of themselves, got their nails done and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So when he's teaching us about these different things, when he first started on this new wave, he started to talking to black men about why are black men afraid to get married, and he brought up some realities about moving up in America, in corporate America, business, and having money, and what you need to have and move up. And one of those things is a wife, and how you are elevated in these circles by who you marry, and we are missing out on that. He talked about how Trump and certain individuals, despite how much money they lose, they remarry. So what is our excuse for not remarrying and not understanding the power of man? I was like, that was a great conversation. He kept getting pushback. So then he started talking to women. But initially, in this new revamp, he started asking black men and telling black men, you guys have an issue with marriage and you are missing out of a part of America and powernomics when you are straying away from marriage and not understanding how you use marriage to elevate. He was just, and I was like, wow, because he said you don't get promoted in the office at these levels. You're getting promoted in Napa, at a winery, at a party, at an event, and you've been asked to bring your family. It's happened to me, and you're being judged on your family and whether or not we want to see you again at our next wine event in Napa. That's how you, and when he was saying this, I'm like, man, y'all need to be eating this up. He's not lying. But
Okay, but hold up. Remember, that's the high value life, dog. Not everybody live that type of life and shit, right? And then the aspect of the chicks that's coming to him,
even in
The
the
chicks that's coming to him don't even qualify for that shit.
even in if you take it down, even in the Baptist church, you benefit from marriage. In America, if you look at the alphabet community, you benefit from marriage, and that's where power nine. That's what Roger is talking about. That what he was trying to say from a high micro.
Y'all get them motherfuckers the alphabet. Can we say gender dysmorphic?
I
Let's
don't.
not give them the alphabet. They already got the rainbow, the word pride.
I'm
God
trying
damn,
to.
they just stole stud.
I'm trying to be
Fuck.
sensitive. You know what I mean? But
Nah, I'm just saying, can we say gender dysmorphic? Ain't nothing wrong with that, because that's what the fuck it is. But you get a motherfucker's alphabet, god damn, now that shit's aligned to them. God fucking damn. All right.
But I was just saying he was that one thing that he brought out about how what the importance of marriage and how we've gotten away from the importance of marriage and family and how it could benefit us in society in America. So it's just not in those corporate events, but even in the Baptist church, if you looking to be a pastor, that's how you being judged by the mothers of the church is if you're married. You know what I'm saying? If you want to run this church, they're gonna look at your wife and your kids and they're gonna talk about whether or not your wife is this or that. That's how you go.
Okay, but that's the interesting thing where he ended up talking about marriage, right? But now he exposing all it's doing now. It's like the Maury Povich show. It's the same fucking show every night now. You know what I'm saying? He exposing the goddamn programming of these shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And hold up, and get this. It ain't just American black women.
No, it's Western. This is a
They from
Western
all,
thing.
they from all over the world. And these
But it's
bitches is
Western.
loopy in the head with that. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. What is going on with my computer, cuz?
That will allow him to cross over. That what you just stated will put him in on a show with the Dr. Phil.
Facts.
You are absolutely correct. Because it comes down to this is why he will distance himself away from the quote unquote black manosphere, because the issue is about the battle of the sexes, and that's why he always lets people know I'm an image consultant. And earlier you guys were talking
Going to get
about
at least 170 million. He's going to make at least 170 million dollars. All right. I'm letting you know that shit right now. At least 170.
when you guys
This shit is genius.
When you guys were talking about the image and the standard he set for, what the black women get upset and they come on and say I'm an 8. And what I love is that he hasn't really. It's like it's a Negro thing. It's a Negro female thing. He hasn't created a standard. What he's brought to the Negro female is this existing standard of beauty that already existed that you didn't know of. You know what I'm saying? He tries to tell them about the mathematics of bone structure, about how your eyes and your nose sits with your face. That is what that he's judging on. It's scientific, and he did not create it. It's what would happen in the casting call. So it's a Negro female thing. The Negro female is not aware of that. They feel like he's critiquing him on this thing that he made up because he's black. Like you said, black men are not allowed to critique or know beauty. But
hold up. Even if he did make it up, they arrive already knowing what the standards are and are in position of beseeching to arrive at said level. It don't matter if he adopted it from somewhere or whatever. The whole key point of it is that it's exposing their programming, because they all come on with the same parallel thought process of approaching. And bitches as young as 23. It's like, whoa, okay, so that's the program. That's the program. So the program is getting exposed all across the board. That's the beautiful. That's the beautiful of it. And the fact it ain't just, you know what I'm saying, black women. You know what I'm saying? It's women all across the world calling with that same bullshit, that same entitlement. Man, Patrice O'Neal called it so many years ago, man. He need a statue. We need to build him a statue or something, for real.
Oh man, for real. Well, the way you put that in my, Disney Channel might get at Kevin and ask him he might get co-opted by the Disney Channel, because it sounds like he might be fucking with their money when you talk about that deep programming. The Disney Channel might have him on the phone right now, like, bro, you gotta hold up, man. You fucking with our bread right there.
He is dangerous for the Matrix. He's dangerous. Nobody's supposed to rise as quick as he is, and all he's doing is presenting a standard. And they all arrive trying to meet the standard, and one after the other, they show direct programming. And he's like, wait, do all these chicks know one another? No, they don't. So then people have to start thinking differently. And the fact that, again, it's women from all over, come on, man. This shit is one of those, cuz real talk, this is one of them Christos moments. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? The type of exposure that comes from things like that. Yeah, this is the Jimi Hendrix moment. This is Bruce Lee moment, Tupac moment. And I'm not just talking about, you know what I'm saying, with Kevin. I'm talking about with said phenomenon of all these women calling in night after night, night after night, and it's the same result 9 times out of 10. There may be some quality sisters up in there, but there are very few. And what resonates with quality, you can read in the comments. When the quality sister gets on that show, you read the fucking comments, cuz. Nigga, motherfucker just throwing praise through the text to these chicks. So it's like, all right, wait a minute. How is it that these women ain't catching on as being the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, doppelganger, the copy or whatever? You know what I'm talking about? You know, this is exposing a whole lot. And that's why I said I don't see him receiving no less than 170 mil, cuz for real. This nigga just started. He just started to blow up. He ain't blew up yet. Y'all think he blowing up? Oh, he blowing up. Shit, just wait. This shit grows into the objective. You know what I'm saying? On the BF Skinner side of the game, nigga.
Because you think you're threatening the existence of the hyper consumer. That's what you're talking about. If it begins to resonate, then you threaten the existence of the hyper consumer. They want
Facts.
they want the BBW. That's why the BBW is encouraged. The BBW is a hyper consumer. It's going to buy more clothes. It's going to buy more food. It's going to go out. It's going to buy things that are temporary. You know what I'm saying? If you bring women into this marriage and family, then they start being, frugal, you know what I'm saying, virtuous. That's not good for capitalism. You know,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? So you speak a good point when you talk about the Bruce Lee, Jimi Hendrix, because they not playing around with this hyper consumer. You know what I'm saying? This is the gynocracy is not a joke. I mean, I always bring up that people think these are colorful terms and words that they don't really have real value, but they actually do. And when you talk about the hyper consumer, you're talking about the gynocracy, because the gynocracy is the system that allows them to exist and holds them up so that they can consume in abundance without any repercussion. That's the win. That's what we're dealing with right now. That's the gynocracy, that women can consume in abundance without any repercussion. Consume dick,
Facts.
consume food. You know what I mean? Consume children, murder them, spit them out, whatever, drop them off.
Mm.
You know what I'm
saying? Judge.
saying? And
Tabernacle.
we make a law for them to consume in any way, in shape, and form. And that's what you're saying, that he may disrupt that ability, because a wife is not a hyper consumer by definition. A mother is just by, I don't even have to tell her. If she's walking in that she's chosen to be, that's not a hyper consumer anymore. Because you're just a selfless act. When now you carrying a child, you're growing it within yourself. Now that child is sucking upon your breast for life. You're selfless in everything you do. You know what I'm saying? That's why they had to devalue the mother, because the mother is selfless. If you devalue the mother and you bring back that term that I love that you always say, and create the individual, then now I can put the baby down, get a baby formula, and it's about me. I'm back in the club. I don't care if the baby's less than 6 months old. I'm back in the club. I got my body back. I'm snatched back, and I'm back consuming. And the culture says it's okay, because what it's actually saying is, we want you to consume again. You don't have to be a mother. You can go spend money again. You can go consume more dick. You don't have to be a mom. Don't feel bad. Consume as many dicks as you want. Go spend as much money, eat as much food as you want. Don't worry about breastfeeding and whether or not it will affect the child. Consume, consume, consume.
So think about this. Think about this. Is it really the calling out of poetry that curbs it? I mean, because when you think about it, poetry is a choice. Now they can, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know what I'm saying,
They call it,
lie and
they
illusion
call,
themselves. Go
they
ahead.
calling it out. They calling it out. The WAP culture is calling it out.
No, it ain't. The WAP culture is reveling within it.
That's what I'm saying. They calling it out. They calling
No,
them.
no, no,
They
no, no.
calling
But they're
them.
not calling it out in an aspect of it being an infraction. So ain't no infraction, but they wearing that shit as a badge, right? But the thing is, what KS is doing, he has all of them seeing you been hoes the whole time.
Right.
They come on there so demure. Nah, bitch. You
Yep.
been a hoe the whole motherfucking time.
And you just throw the
I
bill
was
of
having
goods.
fun in college. Nah,
You
bitch,
just
you
throw
wasn't
the
having
bill of
fun.
goods.
Well,
Oh my
dude,
God, it just resonates with so much fucking pimping.
there
And he
you
ain't
have it.
pimping. And he ain't pimping. That's the motherfucking crazy thing in it. This shit resonates so much of fucking pimping. And he ain't pimping. He is 100. This nigga is 100 as motherfucking Martin Luther King was. I bullshit you not. And I'm not a fan of Martin Luther King. Right? But he is 100 as that motherfucker is. And that shit resonates with pimping. Oh my God. It fails not. It can't fail. And they line up to see that mirror that he places in front of them. Oh, fucking genius. Is it cosmic? Whatever it is, yo, you know what I'm saying? All be praised due to the creator for letting us see this time. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. Mm.
Well, all right. The topic for the evening is Simps, steel-chested cockroaches. Uh, I, I I explained that earlier. I mean, you can say all the shit you want to say and saying I can take this, I can take that, but your means of travel is no matter how much steel you got on your chest, you still gotta crawl on your belly as a mode of travel. And when you get stepped on, it doesn't matter how much steel is in your chest. You still don't have a fucking spine. So, thus, steel chested cockroach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Well put.
Stuck, stuck in minion position.
Yeah, stuck in minion position because that's what it is. They're serving, you know what I'm saying? As Big D said, you know what I'm saying? They serving that gynocracy. And the fact that I think BGS said it was Pimp God that brought to him the perspective of the whole gynocracy and everything. To put it into such words when you hear how BGS break it down is phenomenal. Because it's like, you know what? If you think about all the symmetry from the past, it makes sense. It was in service. It was in service the entire time. The whole time when our mother, I speak about this, and when our mothers was teaching us to be gentlemen. Nigga, your mama was not teaching you to be a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Respectful and all that shit. No, she would teach you to be a sucker.
Yeah.
That's facts.
That's
yeah,
what it was.
That's kind of true.
That's what it was. Because it's like, wait a minute. A gentleman holds open the door. A gentleman lays his coat against the floor. You know what I'm saying? A gentleman is soft when he corrects and shit. Get the fuck out of here, cuz. Nigga, our moms was teaching us to be motherfucking soft when they teach. It wasn't. We thought it was some respectful shit. And in the aspect of natural manhood, it's like anything that goes into a reinforcement of you being a better man, a better person. We tend to gravitate toward that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you assuming that's what that is, and it's like, nah. Be nice. Be nice to those who aren't nice to you. That's some sucker shit. As opposed to standing on the square and you ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, fight the motherfucker or say outright fuck this motherfucker, nothing like that.
Well,
But you know what I'm saying, let it be known like, nah, you know what I'm saying, I have my stance with my principle and the type of person that you is, you don't rock with that, right? No, be nice and have friends that you ain't supposed to have and open the door and you know what I'm saying, take this ass whooping with these switches and whatever the fuck.
That's some
They got
Western.
democracy.
That's some Western European shit, though. You know, when we would have our little Latino friends and our Indian friends, they didn't have that. They wasn't raised to be chivalrous. You know, they were raised to eat first. Their little sister made they play first. We got raised with that,
Facts, cuz
that
facts.
that Western European shit. They didn't hold open doors. I remember Eduardo. Eduardo didn't feel a obligation. And then the thing about it, I felt an obligation to this. Is what you said. You conform to that, and if that's what it is to be a man, and you live up to that, like, and it wasn't just our mothers. It was Disney. It was Nickelodeon. It was the Greater Society. It was the comic books because Superman
Facts.
manifested the same things. So it was like this was our reality. You know what I'm saying? In America, Western European male. That's what it was. It was Leave It to Beaver. It was Wally. You know what I'm saying? Wally was what it was to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Open the door for lay down your coat so you could walk over a puddle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it was for Western society, and then you, unless you lived around different cultures, then you would see the contrast. Like, no, they were raised extremely different. They were macho, machismo. They were more masculine, and they had this men thing about them very young. We go through a rite of passage with women before we understand that, and for some of us, it's a painful thing. It's happening on panels like pimples popping up with young brothers coming up with, y'all not like me. My mama raised me to be a warrior. My mama raised me to be a warrior. Y'all not men like me. You know what I'm saying? So that thing is still out there and it exists for
What
us.
kind of warrior? Warrior for what?
Man, culturally, we this is that gynocracy thing is whooping our ass, and it's a Western European thing that's happening here, and it is truly a cultural thing. Truly a cultural thing that's unique to the black man or ADOS or Negro, however you want to say it. But it's something that we have to break up with, because what I've noticed with mental illness, even in my own life, is that, like I said, shared with you before, Rogish, I become accustomed to, I become friend with my mental illness, and I put it in the passenger seat with me. You know what I'm saying? It's almost becomes like a parasitic relationship where I feel
Well,
like
hold up. And when you say mental illness, in an aspect of you having that declaration or it being declared upon you that you got a mental illness.
well, I'm saying my I should say a mental hurdle. You know what I'm saying? Or my current malfunction. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I that it's like a glitch in the computer. You know what I'm saying? That you might you know you need to fix, but you come accustomed to this glitch and you continue to type. It's like an old typewriter that's broken.
Facts.
And you
Facts.
continue to type with the typewriter, even though you know you can go get you a new A. And then instead of getting rid of that typewriter, you a writer. Some writers won't get rid of that typewriter. Like, I wrote my book on that, and I've done that. I've done that with past things in my life that are not helpful to myself, and I keep that typewriter with me because I feel like, well, this is part of Dennis. This made me, even though I know it's not beneficial. And that's what we're doing as men in Western society and in the manosphere. We're holding on to things that we know are not beneficial to us, and they're becoming weights. But this is what defines. This is why I try to stay away from the simp and beta term, and because I don't like the pimp, the other terms. I don't like people. I don't like the game guys talking about I'm gonna have game and pimp, because I think like
Whoa, wait, whoa. Okay, now wait a minute. Game
I'm not a
is
I'm not a fan.
culture. And
Yeah,
you ain't gotta be a fan of it, but the thing is, game is culture. It's not just an element that you use to deceive a woman with. You know what I'm talking about? That is culture. That is cultural. There are certain perspectives within game and pimping that's actually, you know what I'm saying, black culture, you know what I'm saying, where people try to put a totality of it within the gaming and the pimping. No. Dr. John Henry Clark said it himself. You know that we are the creators of an approach, you know what I'm saying, so damn irresistible that a woman just can't say no. So in an aspect of that being originally of us, we're going to create some element of game. you're going to create a play field, if you will, in which to how to select. In what way, what smooth way you wish to approach a sister, something like that. It don't always have to be deceptive or nothing like that. But people put game and they align game with deception, and they align pimping primarily with the, you know what I'm saying, flesh peddling, the selling pussy or nothing. The whole thing is, what is pimping without the selling of flesh? It's merely a thinking modality. You know what I'm saying? It's a thinking strategy of interacting and navigating for one's particular benefit a woman's emotions.
That's not what's happening on YouTube. That's my issue. That is not what's happening. How many people have that understanding? I would say less than 1 percentile of the. It goes back to what you said about the simps with the gun in their hand. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody has that understanding on YouTube, but everybody is using the vernacular and the vocabulary. I have a problem. I have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be saying they got game, and it's being manifested in this PUA pimp pickup thing and this pump and dump culture that's contradictory to what I thought the manosphere was. How can you claim to be in the manosphere and promote pump and dump PUA? You know what I'm saying? If you're around other value men, they don't do that within their culture. When I'm with Sanji.
Well, no, wait, hold up, bro, hold up. You can't blame some cats for the route that they choose to take from being, you know what I'm saying, burned by, you know what I'm saying, sisters the way that they do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, for some motherfuckers, they have actually cut a bridge to where if they are interacting with them, sadly, all it is a pump and dump situation. You know what I'm saying? These sisters have devalued themselves to that level for these cats. And
so what are you if you deal with them? That's what I was taught.
What you mean?
What are you if you deal with them?
If you deal with the sisters?
If you deal with a person who has been devalued as such, if you're dealing with a less than zero, it's like that joke. It's a joke the brother was talking about. He called his partner. He said, "Man, I had a bad day today." He said, "What happened?" He said, "I was talking to a crackhead," and he said his partner hung up. What you doing talking to a crackhead?
Nice one.
I'm not about to listen to a story about you having a bad day that started out with a crackhead. That when you started off your day wrong, right? That's what Roger trying to tell people. Like, what does that make you if you're dealing with someone who has devalued themselves less than zero? Roger said, "I'm gonna stay single," and Roger said on one panel was, "You have become worth less than worth nothing." Something, I forget the exact title, but you have become.
Hold on. I'm not saying that they right. I'm saying that they have their right in an aspect of, you know what I'm saying, how they, you know what I'm saying, probably been burnt in a relationship. Because you hear something, look, when you listen to Dr. T.S. Johnson and Green Gorilla, you know what I'm saying, it's like, yo, bruh, shit is really happening like that to brothers. And if motherfuckers get to the point to where they want to, you know what I'm saying, cut ties violently or whatever, they really do have that right, man. Because it's been some, I've seen some brothers go through some shit up in here where I would kill a bitch over. I ain't bullshitting. I'm serious as 100%, cuz I would kill a bitch over some of the shit I heard some of these cats went through. Shit, be right up there in motherfucking jail if they catch me.
I'm not the police, so I'm not policing, man. But you know, the OG used to say there's a right way to do wrong, and I don't see that being exhibited right now. So if it's like the whole thing with the passport pimping and all that, there's a right way to do wrong. And if you feel a need to do a certain thing to get your rocks off, I have a problem with promoting it amongst the quote unquote black manosphere, because it's supposed to be created for a certain purpose. I believe these people are Judas who are subverting the mission, which is why when Kev had that interview with Soul Shader and he asked what the merit of the manosphere, this is what that question comes from, because he's watching PUAs, he's watching pump and dumps, and then he's not able to see when we helping the herbs and the truths and the Reese's, and he's wondering, is there actually validity and credit in between the hit the cash apps? You know what I'm saying? And that's what my issue is you begin to dilute the message, and you are circumventing what has been a blessing to some individuals, and all for a fantasy, because you're actually not pumping and dumping. You're not actually a pickup artist. You know you're not actually pimping at 55 years old. You know what I'm saying? I compare, like, Mr. Organic is the only dude who I seen, drop 50K on a Corvette, go to the club, put a bra in the Corvette, go to the club the next weekend, same club, put 2 bras in the Corvette, go back to the same club, put 3 bras in the 2-seater. None of these PUA, you not having them prove anything. I haven't seen them not pick up one girl. And Mr. Organic never claimed to be a PUA, pickup artist, or a pimp. But this is somebody who really live in the lifestyle that they claiming to talk about online. It's like, if we won't call them out, let's call out all the fraudulent behavior. They have a right to do it, but if we're going to call out the simping, we got to call out them too for their fraudulent behavior. And my son might be watching you, and you basically a Baptist preacher trying to solicit, donations from my son based on false pretenses. You know what I'm saying? Put up or shut up, man. Let me see your Corvette with 3 bras in the two-seater.
You know what? Real talk. Real talk. I can respect that. I can respect that.
All right, Roger is in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, fellas? I'm trying to get abreast of the conversation. I just turned it on. I was watching earlier, but I had to go. Now I'm finally at the crib chilling, at least for a little while.
So you gotta go make some more money, huh?
Yeah, that's the main name of the game. That's the main name. But I might have to go do something else too.
Oh, that sounds like he might have to go do something fun. That sounds cool. Saturday night, he said I might have to go do something else too. Okay, I know that's something else.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm a growing boy, as they say.
Healthy appetite already.
I'm kidding. Yeah. But a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Y'all know how that go.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not kind of I'm not exactly, I don't know exactly where y'all at in the conversation. I just heard something about PUAs and hey, more power to the brothers. I don't really I don't give much, I don't pay much attention to PUAs in the black community. I don't think that's something we really need. but I will say this. Y'all was talking about pump and dump. I don't even give credence to the term pump and dump. Pump and dump, it implies a relationship happen. And my thing is, if you gonna have hoes out here being hoes, and shout out to Petway Boy, appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Ken and Red as well. If you gonna have hoes out here being hoes, I'm not saying they can't be hoes, but if they're gonna be hoes, can't we just act like they're hoes? Why do I have to pretend it's something else?
Thank you.
So I don't get where pumping up, because pump insinuate sex, dump insinuate a relationship happen. Pumping and dump ain't no relationship in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You mess with a dude who gave you what he gave you, and most times if people talking about a pump and dump, they talking about a man that didn't give him anything, because they talking about a guy who didn't give him a relationship. So hey, if you use your pussy and you couldn't get a relationship out of it, that's on you at the end of the day. It ain't no pump and dump. If a man just staying single because that's what he want to do, that's what he want to do. And if she gonna give it up without asking that question, because that's her responsibility. If she wants a relationship, by you know what I'm saying, and you're trying to consummate a relationship like you consummate a marriage, that's on her to ask that question. I'll give you some, but we got to be together. A woman can say that.
Okay, so what's the percentage though that they dealing with a sucker that, that won't tell her that they don't want a relationship?
I mean, I'm not gonna even say. I mean, come on, women try to conquer men the way what I'm saying. In our community, they be trying to conquer men the way we supposed to be trying to conquer them. So I'm pretty sure if you tell a chick that you don't want, it's gonna turn on. That's all that's really gonna do. I mean, I don't see. I mean, women keep trying to tame some wild nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about what's a pretty boy? Don't women give him some trying to tame that nigga? Because everybody want to say they got that nigga. So anytime women have this viewpoint of you that nigga, whatever your situation is, you could be, you know what I'm saying, the top man on the basketball team, top man on the football team, top man in the church setting, top man at the job, top man in any situation. Hoes be trying to tame that nigga. So telling a hoe that, look, man, look, I just, oh, you know what, girl, I feel you, but I ain't getting that relationship vibe. It's potential, but I ain't getting that relationship vibe just yet. What that hoe gonna do? She gonna jump on his dick 9 times out of 10 anyway. So but my thing is, if the woman didn't require more, isn't that his fault?
Of
You should
course
have
not.
had this straight out and understood before you did what you did. It is what it is. You know. But one thing women keep telling me is that they gonna have sex with the man they like. So I believe them. I've heard it too many times from too many places, too many different women. So I believe them. If they didn't like their situation, they ain't about to give them none. And the only time they gonna quote unquote have sex with a man they don't like is a way of extraction anyway. They trying to extract something from that man. You know. So it is what it is. Ain't no love lost in my world.
I wonder how many prostitute feelings they fight.
I mean, bro, it's I kid you not. I kid you not. I was listening to mediocre tutorials and reviews. He played a clip of somebody's video. He said dude was like big YouTube or something. I don't know who dude is, but dude is like big YouTube or something. But man said he went to kick it with like some Instagram model. He go to her apartment, things get touchy feely and all this type of stuff. And when it seemed like something was about to go down, she give up. I mean, she make a hesitation move on some. Well, how much are you trying to give me? So he tweaking because he drinking and they smoking. He tweaking because he ain't expecting this. He what you want for real? She on some. How much you giving me? Every man that touch me give me something. You know. So he trying to see if she's serious, and she is. She dead serious. And he like and she like such and such rapper was just over here. He gave me 10 bands. I know you ain't got that type of money. You ain't no rapper, but you can give me 3 bands. So he was on some. Are you serious? Like, are you for real? For real? Well, yeah, I got a daughter. This is how I take care of myself. This is how we take care of space. You think all those and you know what I'm saying? Now she telling on everybody. She said, you think all these Instagram
Right.
models don't be charging these rappers and all this type of stuff that they be with them? They all them dudes pay. That's what we do. We charge. And he like, wait a minute, are you a prostitute or something? No, I ain't no prostitute. I'm just saying every man that I give something to has to pay. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Based on the story he told, and I don't see no reason why this man is lying because it ain't like he dropped names or anything like that. But
Right.
it sounds like a conversation that a woman to have. The man literally say, "What, you a prostitute or something?" No, I ain't no prostitute. But I just want, but you got to give me something. And when she realized that he is not about to pay, she put him out. He was like, I got kicked out. I wasn't tripping because I wasn't finna give her nothing. So a woman can literally be on the internet, you know what I'm saying, and trying to
Wow.
draw men in. Literally, you know what I'm saying, even if she with it, stop the whole situation from advancing because she don't have no understanding on the financial transaction that's supposed to take place. And when the man figure out what's going on and just ask him fly out, like, well, are you some type of prostitute? Because he on some shock stuff. I'm kind of in shock. Well, are you a prostitute? No. But every man who touched me has to pay.
Get your prostitute ass out of my motherfucking face.
Bitch,
Bro,
you don't get
you know what?
your old smutty selling pussy ass on up out of here. What the fuck?
Do you understand? It's one thing to say something different in a different paragraph. She said something different in the same sentence. She made a compound
That is
sentence.
ludicrous.
I'm not no prostitute, but every man who touched me gotta pay. Like you just gave me a whole different message in the same sentence. You didn't even let a paragraph go through.
Was that pay what? Money?
It was oxymoronic. It was all that shit. Yo.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what
Now,
got me out that story is like she said, you give me at least 3 bands. If you don't get, like,
So look, what kind of ignorance do you call that? What's that? Mega ignorance, super
man,
ignorance,
it ain't nothing
uncanny
ignorant. Oh, I
ignorance?
mean,
Because she was truly ignorant.
well, ignorance implies a lack of knowledge. I mean, she knew exactly what she was doing. She was being a hoe. But my thing is, she don't want to get treated like
But
a
the
hoe.
fact I think when she answered though, she really truly believed. Nah, I ain't no prostitute. Like the way she answered it was probably like, "How the hell you ask me that?"
I'm pretty sure that's what she did too. I bet money that's what she did.
Yeah. So what the fuck is selling pussy to these bitches? Oh God.
Like
Damn. Why
it's
you
all
even
about the
tell that story,
situation. So
Raj?
it's
You
man, it's
had to
all
tell
about
that
the.
story.
I mean, it's not even attached to me, but it's on mediocre tutorials and reviews. And like I said, I ain't know who dude was,
God
but I
damn.
got to believe it just because of where I saw the video being reviewed from. So if mediocre tutorials reviews say dude is big, I got to believe dude is big. You know what I'm saying? But
God damn.
I mean, at the end of the day, have I seen that type of stuff up close? Absolutely. I've seen girls who don't want to do nothing unless you give them something. And when you take an attitude on, well, look, shout, I just ain't paying. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm a man. I know men have to pay, period. So my thing is, you're not
Right,
gonna get
right.
no extra. If we go out and kick it, I pay. You know what I'm saying? I take you on a date, I pay. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If to tell me to my face that I now have to give you something extra after we kicked it, no, you looking for that's like pro bono work or something. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say the pro because pro bono mean free. You trying to overcharge now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I remember one time
Quid pro quo.
yeah, I was kicking it with a chick and she was talking about going out kicking it and all that type of stuff. And then she told me she was like, I need help with my phone bill. And I gave her some money for the phone bill. You know what I'm saying? She came through, and then basically we was on some get down stuff. And she was like, are we gonna go out and kick? I was like, I gave you the kicking and money. I took care of your phone bill. And I miss a girl I was messing with, but at the end of the day, it's like, how much am I supposed to pay? What are you talking about? You know, if we
Yeah.
kicking it, and I mean, if I take you out and we kick it, I still spend some money. You in this particular time, you just needed help with a bill, so I gave you the money that we would have kicked it with on your bill. So,
Right.
am I supposed to pay again?
That's coming out of your $40.
That's what I'm saying. Like, am I supposed to pay again? But I mean, that's a girl I was messing with. But I mean, you could
Right.
take that same scenario to any random broad. If I help some random broad out,
So so
I
so
mean,
so so let me ask you this. In the aspect of the topic, still Chester Cockroaches talking about the Simps. How many cats do you think that type of chick engages who actually, you know what I'm saying, reads her the riot act for the bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Out of 10 cats, how many you think, you know what I'm saying, is
I'm
gonna
pretty
stand
sure 90% gonna do what a broad say. I'm just gonna keep it
90%?
real. I, I hate to say that, but I mean, I come with this realization because on my channel I keep saying that men need to break up with women so they'll learn a lesson at some point in time. Because
Right.
see, they can be the same horrible woman, be with a guy will even cheat on her, and then she gets into a whole different relationship, never looking at the fact that she's a horrible person. And because the guy cheated on her, she gonna focus on the fact that he cheated, and she never straightens herself out. So she's still the same horrible person when she moves to the next guy. So my thing is, if guys in general don't really break up with women in our community, you know what I'm saying? I get why they gonna move the way they gonna move, but how
Right.
many guys is gonna say something when they trying to move that way with them? You know,
Mm.
I done met plenty of bras, and you know what I'm saying. Like having a bad attitude, I'll cut you off right then and there. Like it's people I was kicking it with. You come at me with a bad attitude, I'm gonna leave you there.
Right.
That's how I get out. Now, if I took you somewhere, now I'll get you back to where you came from if I took you somewhere because in today's world, if you just leave it anywhere, it could be a problem. Now, that's not gonna guarantee you gonna make it because I'm the type of dude. If you give me too many problems, I'm gonna put you out. That's me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And if it get real, because I remember one chick I was driving, and this chick hit me right, and I don't play them
Oh
type of games.
hell no.
Yeah, no, she hit me while I'm driving the car. We arguing about something. I don't remember what it was because I don't pay much attention to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And once I didn't say what I said, I didn't say it already. So it's like she trying to have an argument with me, but I ain't really gonna argue with a broad like that. So she hit me on some she getting upset stuff, and I get it. It's cool. You think you can hit me and it's supposed to be okay, bro? She ain't know what I was doing. I swear to God, I turned the car. I peeled right in front of a police station and put her out. Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You can't say I did nothing to you. I pulled you up at the police station. And she was on some like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on some get out. You know what I'm saying? And you do what you want to do, but I mean, you can either get out on your own. I'm about to walk in this police station and tell them to get you out.
Well done.
You do whatever
Well
you want to
done.
do, you know. But I mean, that's how I do. I mean, and that's the move I do to protect myself because that's kind of like somebody I knew or whatever the case is. So, you know what I'm saying? Just in case you want to get on something slick, hey, I dropped you off at the police station. You can't say I tried to do something to you, and I'm the one to take you to the police station. You know what I'm saying? But that's where she got left, and she could not believe that she got left right there. So that tell me what she's been able to hit a nigga beforehand who didn't do nothing.
Right.
That's what that tell me. But I ain't the one.
You know what? That's the sad point because it's like that's what these Simps is jacking up. If you ever had a woman tell you, ain't nobody ever told me no before, and it's like, all right, how many cats were you with before me, right?
Well, it
And
pleases me to be the first.
Man,
And
I don't
it's like,
even consider stuff like that. I don't care that nobody told her no before. That's not my problem. That's her problem. That she got to learn to react to no for the first time. I ain't got no issue with that.
no, but my thing is, it's like, wait a minute, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how many cats, what I'm saying, she done interacted with, and they'll lie, what I'm saying, in they number. So you can at least guess, like, all right, what I'm saying, the last 10 years, at least three, right? And it's like, all right, they all been black? Yeah, they was black. All right. None of these niggas got your ass back in pocket when you get out of fighting like that. What? None of them? And so, what I'm saying? This will bring back to the whole aspect of the topic, the simping. What I'm saying, stuck in minion position. You know what I'm saying? These chicks have been interacting with cats who's been minions to them instead of men. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and ain't nobody told them to stand up to a broad. Think about it. A lot of cats have literally been raised by women who told them you don't never stand up to no broad. If a woman hits you, you just grab her. If a woman hits you, you walk away. Everything they've been told is never stand up for yourself as a man.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not even saying the woman even meant it that way every single time. But what do little boys hear when it comes to women, and what do teenagers hear when it comes to women? If they do something wrong to you, cower. It's gonna come to some combination of cower away.
You got to put up with it. You got to take it. Have a steel chest.
hmm That if you a real man, you'll be able. You can deal with a woman slapping you across your face. You can deal with it. You know, it'll be all right.
Shit. Nigga, I
These
wish I would.
these women are not. I mean, when is the last time you randomly came across a woman telling her son to deal with a woman abusing him in a way that ain't negative toward him?
Mm. Never encountered that type of situation. Thank, I'm saying, the creator. For
I'm sure
real.
if you think about it, and you've been in the grocery store and you ain't never heard a woman telling something to her son, or been at a movie theater or anything, or at a
But
fair.
yeah, grocery store. Yeah.
Yeah, and and if something happen, they tell. I hear women telling dudes, you know what I'm saying? You don't never put your hands on her. You don't do this. You don't do. Everything is about what he don't do to her. I ain't never heard no woman. outside of relatives, I ain't heard no random women checking no girl about what she don't do to no dude. I ain't heard that once. Not that I can remember anyway.
Same.
Yep, it's unbelievable, y'all. You know the stuff that Roger's been saying. But it's true. Hey man, let me ask you a question though, Roger.
Yes, sir.
About the whole IG model thing. Is like all the rappers that drop bans on these girls. Would you say they're steel chested cockroaches?
I don't know what that that term implies, so I can't make a determination
That's
right
genius.
now. I have to
That's
understand the term.
genius. That's genius.
Hey, but listen up. We got Wise Skinner up here. What's going on?
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
How you
Peace,
doing,
good
man?
sir. Peace.
Welcome back, Kev.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Indeed.
Did y'all hear about the situation with Tanya Richardson? Sonya Richardson, I'm
Uh-uh.
sorry. The
Uh-uh.
Olympic medalist?
No, I have not heard.
Yeah, well, she had an abortion right before the Olympics.
Damn.
And she
Damn.
I
she
mean,
Well, hold on.
she black, right?
What's her meat? What's her skill that she does?
I think she's a sprinter, 100 meter, 200 meters.
God
And she was dating this football player. Uh, hell, I just had it here. And
Drop one down
it
now.
was it like a month before the Olympics? It was, Um, and so I'm wondering
Holy shit.
what this guy did, man. I mean, I'm wondering. It's a decision that broke me. American track star had an abortion just before the Olympics. Five-time Olympic medalist Sonya Richardson Ross. So the Ross, I guess she was married to Ross. 2 weeks out from attending her second Olympic game in 2008, when she learned what would wind up to be life-changing news, she was pregnant. Instead of a feeling of joy when she learned the news, however, Richards Ross immediately began to worry. Everything I ever wanted seemed to be within reach, she writes in her new book, Chasing Grace. The
Okay, so
accumulation of a lifetime of work was right before me. And that moment, it seemed like no choice at all.
did she get gold after getting the abortion?
And so the day before she was set to fly to China, the Jamaican American sprinter opted for an abortion. She said she made the decision in conjunction with her now husband, New York Giant player Aaron Ross,
Oh, she's a yard gal.
who was
She's a
at training
yard
camp when the
gal.
couple found out they were expecting. Over the phones, we didn't go into detail. The 32-year-old writes about the conversation she and Ross had at the time about the procedure, as if not saying it would alleviate some of the guilt and shame.
Ya one run
Richardson,
fast, get rid of the papoose.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. I mean, if she got her medal after she got an abortion, she got
let's
what she
see.
wanted at the end of the day.
Richard Ross was able to push the emotion and most of the physical pain away as she captured a gold medal in the
There
women's
you go.
4x4 meter relay and a bronze in the 400-meter dash, but it partly caught up with her. In that later race, Richard Ross led for 300 meters before falling behind two runners in the final 100 meters,
Oh,
chalking it
hell
up to
no.
her hamstring at the time. The physical pain paled in comparison to her mental anguish.
That baby was pulling on her LM.
I made a decision that broke me and one from which I would not immediately heal, she writes. Abortion would now forever be a part of my life. A scarlet letter.
I don't. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it
What?
real. Uh,
I wonder what he was thinking, man, because she went ahead and
Man.
did it, whether he said it or not, whether he agreed with it or not. She did it anyway. That
exactly.
was
So
his
what
baby.
he
That
Damn,
could
that's
have
a
been
what
his son.
declaration, nigga.
well, what he thought didn't matter at the end of the day.
No,
But
it didn't.
my thing is, so you had an abortion. Okay, you got some medals. You got your lifetime achievement. That's because that's what you wanted. You wanted to achieve this thing that you have been dreaming out for basically a lifetime. You actually achieved it. Now you want to double back and get some sympathy because you aborted your baby because you want the medals that you got. Now I'm supposed to feel sorry for you at this point because I mean, you got your medals. You ain't finna get
Yo,
them
y'all
up
see what
off.
James Earl Mo put in there? Get this Piccadilly out, me squint.
He goes on to say that the truth is it's an issue that's not really talked about, especially in sports. A lot of young women have experienced this. Like I literally don't know another female track athlete who hasn't had an abortion, and that's sad.
I mean, black women have abortions. My thing is, black men got to get over that. That's what they do.
Yo, wait a minute. She said it will forever be a part of life. Ain't nothing you can tell that ain't nothing you can tell her. You
Bro,
can't tell her shit. That means every nigga, every cat that she get with, you ain't gonna have no kids with her. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
they
I wonder
they
if she
married
fine.
now. She
What
married
she
to
look like?
to Ross.
but she got a
What she
gold
look
medal now. She's straight. She can have kids now. She got a gold
so
medal.
she got that joint.
Well,
Okay.
she married to Ross, so I guess yeah, she's pregnant. I think it goes
Uh,
on to say that she's pregnant now.
Well, I'm saying she got a gold medal, but now she still wants sympathy for the baby she decided to abort. That's all that said to me. She wants sympathy for the baby she decided to abort. It was your decision. It was your baby. You aborted it. Why you need my sympathy?
Well,
We
it
don't
wasn't
need
her
no
baby.
sympathy.
It wasn't her
Look,
baby. It was his
look.
baby too.
As Corey
So
Holcomb
what do you think
said,
about that?
hey,
I
bitch,
mean, wait a
you only
minute.
kill her in the car.
Wait a minute. If he said if he told her I really don't want you to have no abortion, fuck the Olympics. I want my son.
Well, I mean,
So if she did it
ain't nothing.
anyway, he gonna celebrate. He gonna celebrate with her for
He
winning the
wasn't
Olympics after
Bro,
serious.
she aborted his son.
He wasn't serious from the jump.
bro,
That's some
bro
simp shit, though. That is some
Well,
simp
he
no,
shit,
didn't
no.
have
though.
no control over it. So I'm like, when did he celebrate?
What the thing is, it don't matter. We
He
already know
married
he
that
don't have
bitch.
no control. So why did she write all that? She wants some sympathy over the kid that she got rid of. That's the only purpose in putting that on paper. Why does she want? Why is she letting us into that part of her world to tell us what? She wants sympathy now for a baby she decided to abort. I don't have no sympathy for her baby that she decided to abort. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
What's the other point into even telling that story? Why is she even making that public information? And shout
I
out to
don't know.
Ike.
And then she dropping out on all the rest of the girls.
Okay, so we now we gonna get them sympathy because they deciding to have abortions. Like it's their body, their choice, right?
Hey, they want to acknowledge if they prostituting or not. So I mean, maybe you know what I'm saying. They under some delusion that an abortion ain't is something else. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they can give themselves all kind of
Well,
levels of illusion.
put
My
yourself in
thing
that
is
situation though. As
what
the
I'm
boyfriend. I mean, like, hey, that's my boy. You ain't running. You
what,
having my kid. I know he don't have no control, but damn,
Oh,
if she said, okay, I'm aborting it anyway, I'm not cheering for her ass.
before, my thing is before you go down in that direction, my thing is this woman is trying to establish her victimhood some kind of way, and now she's trying to use an abortion that she decided to have to be a victim. That's what it sounds like to me. That was written to draw sympathy. She wants somebody to feel sorry for her that she decided to have to get rid of her baby so she can pursue her medals. My thing is, you got your medals. I hope it was worth it,
yeah.
She shouldn't
but
have
I
said
don't really
nothing
care.
then.
What'd you say?
Why would she even say anything? Why don't she just
How we
keep
gonna give
quiet?
her sympathy? How we gonna give her sympathy if she don't put it out there?
She gotta get the attention. Come on now. Wait a minute now.
She already made her decision. She wanted those medals, and she got two. You said she got a gold and a bronze. Hopefully, they were worth it. But why should we care at this point? The baby gone.
Near to return.
So what's the
I,
point in making it a public thing?
I don't know
How's that?
why she would come out and say it. I don't get that.
But
Keep that shit to
sympathy.
yourself. Well,
No, okay, hold up. Okay, hold up.
what's the sympathy
OG,
word? What is that word?
no, what it is, it seems like you're subconsciously trying to suggest that there should be a little bit more humanity and integrity in this situation.
Right.
And the right, and the thing is, that ain't how they operate. Sadly, you know what I mean? That's what we try to get them to do, whatever, but that ain't how they operate. They don't operate off, you know what I'm saying, integrity and shit like that.
So
It's off of comfort.
what would you do? Tell me what would you do after
If she
if you told her don't do it and she did it anyway?
Well, we don't know that he
Well,
said
how
that.
would you feel? I mean, how would you feel? Would you continue to
Wait
make
a minute,
if I
bro.
really wanted the child and it was like a situation like now whatever, I ain't gonna lie, cuz I'm y'all look, I'm not against killing a motherfucker to make a point known. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's the thing. It's like, look, at some point, our spirit must become precious enough to us to where we're defended on such a measure. You know what I mean? And it's like it'd be sad that it'd be her who, you know what I'm saying, get the windfall of all that. But it's like, nah, man, this is where I'm at now. It's like I'm not allowing no kind of bullshit against my life like that. And then an
you
aspect of
you
if we
you still ain't answer my question.
what's your question?
Why Skinner Man? Why are
You
you
asked
even
me what I
asking?
would do.
Why are you asking a question? Because my thing is this: abortion is a woman's issue. It's not a man's issue. We don't have no say so at the end of the day. Her dead baby was good enough for her to get her medal. So I hope the medals were worth her dead baby.
So
Who
you
your
don't care.
baby
So what you're
gone?
saying is you don't care either.
No,
That's what you're saying.
what I'm saying is she made her decision. Those medals was more important than that child's life. She's already decided, regardless of how people feel about it. Why should we care at this point? Why? That's what I'm saying. Why is she even making this public information? Why should I care that you killed your baby so you can go after your medals?
Well, it's your baby too, isn't it?
No, I wasn't in no relationship with the woman. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying
Hypothetically.
she killed her babies so she can go get the medals. She got her medals. So why should we have any sympathy for her at this particular point? She
No, it's
chose
not a
medals
matter of
over baby.
sympathy. I'm not talking
No,
about sympathy for her.
no. Now, Skinner, what you need to be asking is if you would go into support of celebrating with her.
Right.
Hell no,
Thank you. That's what I'm trying.
no.
That's what I've been asking. That's
No,
what I'm
no, no. You
asking.
asked me what I would do. You know what I'm saying? If I was in this position and I, really want my son, she take that, all right, fuck it. It's gonna be a tragic, you know what I'm saying, Shakespearean type of result, whatever. But in an aspect of supporting her, like, hey, yeah, baby, you did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Get the
After the
fuck
meet.
out of here. That's the simplest shit in the world.
Right. Right. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see.
But like I'm saying, why Skinner Man? Abortion is a woman's issue. Men don't get no say so. At some point in time, we just gotta accept that we don't have a say so. It ain't got nothing to do with us. And what the way I'm gonna look at her is her the medals was worth her baby's life. That's all.
Yeah.
Mm,
I agree with you on that. But
mm,
Roger, you
mm.
not answer me like Rogus answered.
God
Rogus
damn.
gave an answer. You didn't give an answer.
Man, I don't care nothing about her dead baby.
Roger ain't
But
finna
see, he
do
said
that.
he don't
Roger.
want to. He don't want.
Look, Roger is a politician's politician. He is not. Look, he is not finna get in no snag. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. When this nigga start going for politics, you actually can trust this motherfucker. I'm letting y'all know this right now, and I don't vote for shit. But if this nigga running this some, I can let y'all know I'm vote for him, and I don't vote for a
Roger,
motherfucking thing.
he gonna be a politician. He just ain't gonna answer.
Oh, please believe.
Yeah.
What you can actually believe and
No, no,
trust.
bro. It's not even about it. The whole thing is my opinion about abortion don't mean anything because I don't have no control over it. It's a woman's issue. I ain't no man had an abortion. No man. That's a woman's issue. And in her particular situation, she's trying to get some sympathy, and she done killed the baby to get the medals. My thing is, I hope those medals were worth it. But since you putting it in the book trying to get sympathy, it don't seem like they are. I don't care that you killed your kid over the medals. I'm not finna give you no sympathy because you killed your kid over the medal. I don't care if your baby's life, now that you think about it from hindsight, it wasn't worth your baby's life. Cause that's all she wants. I don't care.
She
You killed
wanted
your kid. You
she
killed your kid, and I'm fine with it.
she wanted a story of trials and tribulations, and she wanted a story of perseverance. Oh my God, I regret what I did, and I'm
Yeah,
sorry. World, forgive me like they forgive every black woman for doing some shit like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
a victim of my own decision.
yeah.
And then she drops out on all the rest of the track girls.
Well,
I mean, that was a hater move to a certain degree, but but my thing is, at some point in time, we as men, we got to stop giving credence to their nonsense. She put that into a book to draw sympathy from other people, and she killed her own kids to go after some medals. Well, if the medals weren't worth your kid life, why you kill them?
is she still with homie? They still together?
They still
Yeah,
together,
they
so
got
you said
married.
they married, so
They got, and then she's pregnant
Shit.
again.
Well,
She's
that's a
pregnant
scan.
again.
Look, that is the top of scandalous, cuz. That is the top of scandalous.
Hey,
Damn.
but what does that make him for staying with her
Thank
after
you.
what
she did all
is
that?
it?
Oh,
Thank
Is
he's
it?
you,
a
Is it?
Kevin.
super
Thank you.
simp. He
What? Wait a
he
minute.
he
Wait
Thank
a
you,
minute.
Kevin.
he
What did
is
he?
stuck. He is
What did
stuck
he
in
know at the?
minion position, cuz for
What?
real.
Hey,
Is that the
wait a minute.
ultimate simp?
Before
Kev,
you
is
say
that the
something about
ultimate simp or
him,
what?
you gotta have. You have to know for sure. Did he even know what was going on? Y'all got to understand. These women be making moves, and they don't have to tell a man. We don't know if he even knew. Did she even put that in the book? Did I told him before we got married? Did she put any of that information in there? Because I bet she didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if she put,
He could
Eh,
leave
eh,
that
but they
man.
what?
got married. She got it in her that they
But
got married.
that don't mean he didn't know until the book came out. He that might be his first time hearing about it.
Yeesh.
This is going to
Yeesh.
sound silly to some people, but in our community, people don't want to take the pill because you put water weight on. And of course, as an athlete, you want to be able to stay fit and healthy as possible. And then people tell you that when you're extremely fit, you can't get pregnant because our cycles are shorter. So there's a lot of miseducation that happens to young women in college. While Richard Ross, who was win two gold medals in Olympics, London, hopes her story helps others. She said it wasn't an easy one to decide to tell after keeping her secret for 9 years.
Sound that kind of implied that dude didn't know. It's a secret.
I literally prayed about the revealing the abortions for almost 2 years because it was something that is really private, and a lot of women don't talk about it.
See, that's
So they
even
want
worse
sympathy
because that
over
means
their.
she
My
sprung
bad,
it
brother.
on him. That means she sprung it on him
When
then.
I
It
found out
wasn't.
I was pregnant before the Olympics, it was the toughest time of my life. It wasn't an easy story to share,
Yeah,
even
I
though I
probably
think
killed that
I
man.
wonder how people are going to receive it, but ultimately I did it
Shit.
to glorify God. What? But ultimately I did it to glorify God and to tell people that you can come back from any decision, no matter how hard it may. Richard
You
And
know,
Ross,
I used to
who
always think that the cats in the Middle East were too harsh with the whole acid in the face thing.
it says Richard Ross, who went on to marry Ross, retired from track field last summer after she failed to make the Olympics. However, they may have been a blessing in disguise. Richard Ross and her husband are expecting their first child later this year.
okay, this is my thing, brother. Wording is important. Did you read anything that said he even knew about this before she had that abortion? Was there any words that said he knew about this child even existed or this pregnancy was even happening before she had that abortion?
The last of it says many parts of our lives have felt like a fairy tale, but this is our biggest blessing yet. The couple told magazine February shortly after announcing pregnancy. We are so excited to start a family and can't wait to begin this venture. So now she's not saying
Exactly. So you want me to give you sympathy over the you had an abortion, which I'm not tripping. Women can have abortions if they want to. That's what the law is. I'm not tripping. You got you a gold medal, you got you a bronze medal. I hope they was worth that baby's life. I'm not finna give you no sympathy. You at least got some medals
Apparently
out
they
of it.
were.
Most folks
well,
get an abortion, ain't getting no medals.
I don't
So
know if
you
he
got
knew if
some
it was
medals.
his or not. See, I don't. She didn't really say who was it his baby or not. I'm just kind of assuming that it was, but you really don't want to assume anything.
But hold up, even if it wasn't his baby, the fact that he'll stay with a trifling ass bitch like that, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
there you go. Come on, bro.
Wait a minute, but you don't know if you don't know if he even knew that though. That's my whole point. Why make a judgment against him? You don't know if he even knew she had an abortion. Yeah, you know what I'm
Man.
saying?
He married her afterwards though.
How do you know that
Was
he
this
even
after the
knew?
book? Was
This is what
this
I'm
after
saying.
the book? Did she finish the book?
Exactly. He could be reading it for the first time when the book came out. You telling me a woman who
Oh,
had
he
an abortion?
definitely gonna kill that
Hold
bitch
hold on,
then.
hold on. No. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. The woman admitted she had an abortion to go after some medals, right? Is a woman
Right.
who will have an abortion to go after some medals? Is it reasonable to perceive that that same kind of woman would not say anything till the book came out?
Uh,
That's an assumption.
I'm not making a sum. I'm asking, is it reasonable to think a person who would have an abortion to go after medals would be the same type of person who would just keep quiet until the book came out?
facts. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
it's
I'm saying
reasonable
I'm
to
not
think, but that's
what
something that you would be assuming.
what
It's
nah
reasonable to
I'm
think.
saying I'm saying we
You're looking
don't
at
know,
character though.
but
You're
my
looking at
point
character.
is I can't make no judgment on this man and what he knew at the time. All I know is he's dealing with a woman who had an abortion so she can go after some medals. That's all I know. So I don't know what he knew. So I'm not gonna put no bad light on him. I don't know what this dude knew. The woman literally had an abortion so she can pursue medals. He may
I
have known nothing
mean,
of what was going on at that time. Why are we so
apparently she
quick
knew
to
she
try to
get gold.
why
But
You know.
why are we trying to put anything on him? He didn't do nothing. She had an abortion.
yeah, but we're not trying to put it on him. I'm trying. What we saying is he simping because
We don't
if
we don't
he knew
know.
what we knew about it, he went there and married her after she did it.
But we don't know that though. So my thing is, why are we gonna
So
even
the
bring that up
whole
to question?
the key factor is, did he know? And if he
And we
did
don't know.
know,
I
we
think he
all
did.
and but
I,
no,
I
but the one no, but this is the important thing. We are all assuming upon a subconscious standard upon manhood that if he did know, that would make him a simp. If he
Well,
didn't know, then okay, the benefit of the doubt. But I want us to focus on that phenomenon itself. We ain't even thinking about that. We want to know if he knew about, you know what I'm saying, the fuckery that she did. And we're judging it based off of that.
but my thing is, if you have to make a judgment, it would make more sense to assume that he didn't know. The woman had an
now
abortion to chase medals. That's how little that baby's life was to her. So
Right.
why
So
would
do
I
we
you
would
want to
think
know?
assume that
somebody
she
like
knows.
that would keep shit like that on under wraps? Or do you think
Yeah,
that they would actually be a little bit more arrogant
I'm
towards that?
pretty sure she kept it under wraps. That's why it's now coming out after everything's all settled and done. And now she
Right.
got a baby coming. Now she's looking for sympathy. She's looking to be celebrated. You see
but
what I'm saying?
he ain't
Is she
divorced
still?
her. He married her and he ain't
No,
divorced her.
bro,
So he know now he ain't divorced
bro.
her. He know now.
But
He
it
know
don't make
now.
no difference. It don't make no difference. I'm talking about what her motivation is. Her motivation is to get attention on her. Her motivation is for her to be celebrated. She got celebrated when she was in the Olympics because she won. Now she wants
See,
to be
Roger
celebrated
don't
because
want to.
she's happy.
Roger don't want. You don't want to talk about the guy and how.
The guy didn't do nothing wrong.
No,
No,
The thing,
no. What we're
no.
saying is, if he knew, then yes, he is a simp. If he didn't know, then no, he ain't a simp. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Brokers, you know he know now.
Roger is leaning more in the vein of he didn't know.
Yeah,
No.
right.
My point is, if I got to make a judgment about something, how about I make a judgment about the person and I know what they did. I know the woman had the abortion so she can
Facts.
go after some medals. That we know. I
Okay,
know.
Roger.
I
He
know the woman wants some attention because, and she's pregnant now. That's what you said. She's pregnant now. They got a baby coming. I'm assuming she ain't participating in the Olympics right now, or she ain't working out for it because she's having a baby now. The
so
woman
he
wants to
so
be
he knows
celebrated.
so he knows
No.
now,
I'm
right?
not saying. I'm not
Don't he
saying
know
anything
now?
about.
Don't he know right now?
I'm not
He
saying
might.
anything about him. My point is,
See,
she is trying to garner attention and sympathy for herself. Why am I trying to judge him? Why she's right here trying to garner something for herself? What she's doing ain't got squat to do with him.
well,
Hmm.
if he knows now, if
What's your
he
opinion of her? We know what she did.
like this, I'd told her not to have it and to see
No,
would have
no,
had
no,
the
no.
book.
Bro, I'm asking, what's your opinion of her? Because we want to you want to focus on a speculative opinion about what he did and didn't know. You know what she did. What's your opinion of her?
Well, I feel like she shouldn't have did it. I feel like it's bullshit. I don't believe in the bullshit.
That's a dirty
I feel,
bitch. Yeah,
yeah, I
let's go
feel like,
ahead and
yeah,
call it what it is.
yeah.
What?
Goddamn, you killing my baby. That's what the hell.
That's a
Okay,
funky bitch right there,
all I'm
boy.
saying is, rather than make a speculatory um a judgment about him, who as far as we know has done nothing wrong, why don't you just keep the light on where it should be? It's about what she did. He didn't have no abortion. That I do know, because he's a man. He didn't have no abortion. If you personally have a problem with abortion, she the one that had it. He didn't have one.
Well, that's true.
So
So
why
the
even look
you,
at him? She the one that had the abortion.
well, I'm
If
just
you're gonna
wondering.
be
I'm just
upset,
wondering. I look at it myself. I look at it toward myself. I look at it as if I was in that situation. That's what I'm doing.
no, bro. I get what
If I'm in that situation, I'm like, oh hell no. I wouldn't even celebrate her after she won the medals. I'd say fuck you.
But that's if you knew. If homie ain't
Yeah.
know,
I don't
then
know if
you
he had
know.
the DNA test and all that shit, but I would assume that the nigga knew. They was boyfriend and girlfriends. They was dating heavily. It was Ross. He's a football player. My assumption is the nigga knew.
look, my question is this: how come when a woman does something that you feel is wrong, and you feel is wrong because you said you don't believe in abortion, how come when a woman does something that we feel is wrong, we got to find some way to put it on the man? The man didn't
No,
have
we're
no
not putting
abortion.
Roger. We're not putting nothing on the man. I'm not
We're not
putting
putting no
anything
on.
on the man.
We're just asking is if he's a simp or not. Since that's the
Which
Thank you, bro.
context of
That's
the
all we
question.
doing.
what
That's all we doing.
and
We're not blaming him for anything.
okay, well, then it's what, and that's why I asked about, did the book or whatever you were reading from give any information on when he found out? Which I figured it wasn't going to do that. And based on the words that were given, we have no way to even come to a conclusion on did he know or not, and when this event happened, we have no way of knowing. He, like I said, he may just now be reading about it when the book came out. And would a woman who would have an abortion to go pursue some medals be the same type of woman that'll keep it a secret and let him find out when the book come out?
Okay, do you think he knows
That's
now?
that's
Do
reasonable.
you feel like he knows now?
He probably know. He probably know now, but he already married now.
So if you was in that situation, would you divorce her and say fuck you?
The only reason that a person should be getting divorced is if somebody cheated on them. If something happened before they got married, that's something before they got married. I mean, it's screwed up, but you know what I'm saying. It's
Damn,
not. It's
you get a divorce for cheating? A divorce?
Yeah. If somebody cheat on you, they broke the contract. They ain't nothing to talk about.
God
Well,
damn, but a
what are you
divorce?
considering cheating?
If
I
if
mean,
you if you go, I was talking about from a sexual standpoint. But if somebody goes have sex with somebody else, while involved in the marriage. If you do that with me, there is nothing to talk about except how we're going to separate. There's not going to be a conversation about if we're going to separate.
Yeah, if the woman did it. If the man
Yeah,
did it,
yeah, yeah.
if the
If the
man did it, it's
yeah,
different.
that's if the woman cheats. Exactly. I'm about to say, hold on, wait a minute. We got we,
Yeah,
we
yeah, because I
got
would be
we
married
got
to a
gender
woman.
principle
I
perspective
thought that was
behind
implied, but yeah, yeah. I thought it was implied I'd be married to a woman, but yeah, if a woman cheated on me, there's nothing to talk
Yeah.
about. Yeah, there's
Exactly.
except how we gonna get
Exactly.
this done, and that's it.
There you
And I'm not
go.
saying the man could have found out after the fact, but are you gonna divorce a woman over a baby she aborted at some period and you already married at this point? You didn't even know about. And again, it may not even been his kid. We don't know.
Well, no, we don't know. But we know one thing we do know. He know now, and he married to her.
Yeah, but I'm
We
saying
know
he
that.
already married. You gonna
That's a
divorce
fact.
a woman? You already married now.
Want to know what I
Yeah.
would do? If you get a abortion behind my back, that's automatically telling me that I wasn't important enough to help you participate in that decision, and we're supposed to be married. So I'll probably end up leaving. It wouldn't be any problem for me. But here's the thing, fellas. Gonna probably bring this one to an end. So anybody want to have any like closing statements or whatever?
Well, I with regard to what we just talked about,
Hmm.
I don't like to make assumptions. But if he knew, he's the ultimate simp.
If he
And so,
knew and stayed, if he knew and he stayed,
like,
he is simp. That what he is. He is steel chested cockroach. That what he is.
right, right.
I'm gonna have to talk to
So,
you about that term when we off air, so I can get the
so,
meaning of it.
so,
But that's
so
hilarious.
that's my final on that. And so, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I really think he knew, and he married her. So, fuck him.
Yeah.
See, there's no way to know that, man. No way to know that.
All right, I go next. I go next. So, long live the habitual line steppers. Respect, Kev. Thanks for the hospitality. Welcome back. You know what I'm talking about? The whole thing with the simp, you know what I'm saying? Like roaches, steel chested cockroaches. That's genius. That's fucking genius because that's exactly what it is, right? Um, but the whole thing is as perfect speaks about quite often in an aspect of you know what I'm saying brotherhood being created. In an aspect of that which powers the brotherhood, you have those who weren't part of the black manosphere now diving into it due to, you know what I'm saying, KS breaching the mainstream, you know what I'm saying, glass ceiling or whatever. And the thing is they're taking the principles and the ideologies and they're running around shot with it, you know what I'm saying, but still from a simplest type of perspective, you know what I'm saying. So in the element of we thinking about those who tend to capitalize upon, you know what I'm saying, KS's, you know what I'm saying, light that he, you know what I'm saying, that he giving and everything. I think it's a duty for, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us to actually start utilizing the algorithm in an aspect to expressing the ideology and the principles and delivering them and you know what I'm saying, so that you can compete with the people who are just latching on to it. Because it's gold in them their heels. You know what I'm saying? You use homie's name and you're gonna get at least, you know what I'm saying, 4,000, 5,000 right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole another type of phenomenon in and of itself. And I do think that we're supposed to be utilizing that and quantizing what it is, you know what I'm saying, the principle that he's delivering from. You know what I'm saying? It might not have to be in the same manner in which he's doing it, but the thing is, you know what I'm saying, that's all red pill perspective. And if those are operating on that, you know what I'm saying, it's probably time to take a much more proactive, you know what I'm saying, weekend warrior-esque dynamic approach with it. So
as always, y'all take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be safe and don't get that motherfucking vaccine. Out.
Perfect. Are you there?
Yeah, and that was Rogish and Y Skinner. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. Perfect timing. Big D, what's going on?
We,
Still there?
we call
Yeah, he
that
probably.
making sandwiches. He probably making sandwiches. That's what they've been saying on my show. She brought it from somewhere. I forgot where he said he got it from. When people ain't paying attention, they off making
And,
sandwiches.
and shout out to Caramel Baby in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. You're always welcome. But sounds like that she has a problem with female accountability from what I'm reading down
Yeah. Surprise, surprise, surprise. No. Remember that? I think that was that Golden Pound show. Oh, it might have been MASH, but
there. No,
yeah.
I was going
Anyway,
pow.
yeah. No, for real talk though. Um, for my last statement, I would like no, no, I ain't got much to say on this one. It's cool to get back up here with you. Glad to see you. Y'all be careful out there. Make sure you picking right because people do some scandalous stuff sometimes. So make sure y'all picking right out there. Y'all have fun. Y'all stay safe. And we'll see you next time. I'm
Word,
out.
word, word, Roger. All right, all right. Here's what I got to say. And I got to say to people like Caramel Baby and the rest who have that mentality. Because she used those two key words. Then a real man. If I was any kind of man, I probably wouldn't listen to you on what a real man is because first off, a real man always seems to have this definition to where it benefits women and not benefits him directly. And second of all, if I were to listen to you on that notion anyway, I myself would have the makings of the steel-chested cockroach archetype. The simp, the person who sees life through the lens of a female. Now, in saying that, I'm really am saying that any kind of real man would go with his own thinking and would not wait to take cues from females, or they do run that danger of looking like simps. Simp don't mean that you love women and you'll do anything to protect, and stand up for them. Simp is more along the lines of, uh, caping for and justifying the bad behavior of females just for some false gratification. And that's all we're trying to say at the end of the day. And not being a simp really encompasses being a man. So, I mean, if you want some simp shit, it's not really being a man at all. So, anyway, just for men out there listening, don't be a simp and don't don't um, try to be cautious when you are taking advice from people like Caramel Baby. But anyway, listen up, everybody. Tomorrow night is going to be another Any Given Sunday. Any Given Sunday resumed after weeks on hiatus. And yeah, anything happen on any given Sunday. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys then. This is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Thank you to Rogish. Perfect Timing. The Roger Report. Check him out Monday through Friday mornings on his channel. The Roger Report and the Roger Report Live. Also, Y Skinner Man Cave. I think that's it. That's who came by. And also shout out for the super chats and for the greatest chat on social media who haven't forgotten about me throughout my hiatus. I really appreciate that and appreciate your continued support. So Again, long live the habitual line steppers. This is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. In Kev We Trust. Goodbye.